Good evening, Bulldog fans. Welcome to Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex for some Black Diamond Conference football as the Carmi-White County Bulldogs welcome in the Sesser Valier Red Devils. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with you. Haley Winkleman and Asher Penrod with us. For those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel, Scott Maring is back at the WRUL studio. We do ask that you bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties. We will work with those as we go throughout the evening. The pregame show is in focus thanks to Taylor Eye Care, providing excellence in eye care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Visit TaylorEyeCare.com for more information. Both teams are 3-0. The Bulldogs, coming off of their bye week last week, did not play anybody. Sesser Valier, a 22-12 win over Fairfield. Chris, talking to Kurt Simon before today's game, he thinks Sesser Valier might be the best team in the conference through 3 games.
And I wouldn't say that he's wrong. Looking at this Sesser Valier team and warm-ups, and just from all the talk these last 3-4 weeks they played football, they are athletic as all get out at every skill position. You know, you think of Hamco's defense a couple weeks ago. Defensively, they're going to be a 4-4 stack team, 8 guys in the box, blitzing, stunting, doing all kinds of crazy things. But the leader of their team is their quarterback, a senior, Colt Packer, 6'2", 220-pound senior quarterback, has thrown for 342 yards, rushed for 223 through the course of just 3 games. This kid is the real deal, and he's got weapons to throw to all over the field, a big offensive line, and as always, Sesser is always one of the most athletic and offensively diverse teams that the Bulldogs will see. So there is no doubt in my mind that right now you would have to say this Sesser Valier team is the top team of the conference right now, and the Bulldogs have a lot to prove tonight.
Well, and of course, we think back to the last time Carmi was on the field over Hamilton County. A win's a win. The Bulldogs had 300 yards rushing, held the ball for 30 minutes, but Kurt Simon was not pleased with the way things went offensively. There's no question this offensive line who struggled, now they're down a guy. Connor Buchanan, he's out with a hand injury. You're putting in a sophomore, Dakota Southern. That's a tough task for a sophomore making his first varsity start. But this game is going to be won at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, and you're also you're taking your normal right tackle, Austin Owen, moving him to center, a position he's never played. So you've had to work on that transition all week. But the bottom line is this. The Bulldogs cannot play offensively tonight the way they did a couple weeks ago. You cannot put the ball on the ground. You cannot fumble snaps. You can't make mistakes against a team like Sesser. You can get away with it against teams that are maybe equal a little lesser than you, but a team like Sesser, if you turn the ball over, you fumble snaps in the red zone, and you make mistakes like that, it will be very difficult to overcome those kind of mistakes. So bottom line, the Bulldogs have to play way better than they did a couple weeks ago on offense, and they cannot turn the ball over tonight.
Now time for the keys of the game. They're brought to you courtesy of Expressway Ford of Mount Vernon, Indiana. Chris, those keys of the game for each team, I think you hit the nail on the head for Carmi. Yeah. You cannot turn the football over.
No turnovers. Offensively, quite honestly, you're going to have to play a perfect game. And to me, the passing game is what's going to have to step up for the Bulldogs this week because, like I talked about, this Sesser team plays what's called a 4-4 stack. 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers right behind them. And those linebackers stunt into gaps. Their down linemen can twist and stunt. It's like a hailstorm coming at you when they bring their defense. So the Bulldogs can't afford mistakes, but they're going to have to be able to throw the ball tonight. They're going to have to be way more efficient in the passing game, be diversified on offense, and most importantly, take care of the football tonight.
And for Sesser Valier, they're coming off a big 10-point win over Fairfield last week. What do you think their keys to the game are tonight?
I think their keys are just, do what they've been doing. This Colt Packer, like I said, has accounted for 565 yards of offense by himself for this team. I think you get him out in space, you just do what you do best. They're so diverse on offense. They come at you with so many different looks. They can be in double wing. They can come out and spread. They can do trips one side. It's just constant motion, constant formations. So for them, I think they just have to keep the Bulldog defense on their heels by getting out in space and using their speed to their advantage, because this Packer at 6'2", 220 pounds, I remember him as an 8th grader. The last year I'd coach, we played the championship game. That kid was like a bolt of lightning running the ball. And now he's a senior in high school at 220 pounds. He's still just as fast.
We'll talk more on the Sesser offense when they get on the field here in a few minutes. But first, we'll see the Bulldog offense as they are set to return the opening kick. They'll go right to left here in the first half. Noah Pollard is deep as well as Cade Allen. Noah Pollard had a great game 2 weeks ago for Carmi, a 2-touchdown performance, his first 100-yard game as a varsity player. Great crowd on hand. No game last week. They are hungry for some Bulldog football. We thank you for watching and listening at home. Opening kickoff is Swibber, bobbled on the second level by the Bulldogs, and then Pollard is able to fall on it. And Beckhuff tried to fall on that one. It bounced off his hand. Pollard able to go and get it at the Carmi 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at that spot.
Very alert play by Noah Pollard. That was almost disaster on the opening kick. Sesser's,
they're kind of known for doing that,
they
too.
They are one of teams that just say, we're not going to kick it deep. We're not going to let you get a return. We're just going to make you fall on the ball and play field position.
So the Bulldogs will start this drive at their own 33-yard line. Both these two teams tied with Johnson City at the top of the Black Diamond, 3-0 through the first 3 weeks here in 2023. Bulldogs come out with a wing back on the right side. That's Pollard. Seers and Dotson in the backfield. First play of the game goes to Dotson left side, and Andrew goes forward for about a yard, maybe 2, up to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. I think we're going to see a lot more Andrew Dotson as we go throughout the next few weeks, Chris. Didn't get a lot of carries against Hamilton County, and he was really the lone running back with experience coming back from last season. I think we'll see some more of him.
I agree. You know, the Bulldogs are, again, going to have to mix things up offensively tonight, so I think Dodson's got to have some more touches. But you can see how this Sesser defense stacks the box. They got some big bodies inside there that are stout. So the Bulldog offense definitely has their work cut out for them tonight.
It'll be tough to run the ball inside the tackles as you see Sesser Valier stacking 8 to 9 guys there in the box. 2nd and 7. Driscoll under center, gives off to Pollard left side. Breaks one tackle, and Noah Pollard up to about the 40-yard line. Got a 5-yard pickup there. Be about 2 yards, maybe 3 yards shy of a 1st down.
That off-tackle power coming the other way, and he got an excellent block from his left tackle, Eli Bryant. Got a pancake on number 4, Caden Hicks, and I'm telling you, up front, Sesser's got some size. Hicks at 250. Looks like Braden Short, their other down tackle, 6'2", 270. So they got some grown men in there, as they say. So
I think they're having some problems with the play clock as the officials they motioned to reset the clock before the last play, and now they're on the sideline working with Kurt Simon and the play clock. I believe it was 2 weeks ago in that Hamilton County game. They went with no play clock.
Yeah.
I just had to get the signal from the officials, but
looks like they got it reset.
You know, Kurt Simon's thinking I had 2 weeks to get that fixed, but it doesn't work tonight.
Right. It's like technology. It's great when it works, isn't it?
It is just weird, Chris. You know, you think about, I know some other states, you know, where you have an open conference and you do get some non-conference games and open weeks, you might get a bye week here and there. But for the Bulldogs, being in the Black Diamond where it's been 10 teams for a while, it's just so weird having a bye week. It's unheard of.
Yeah, this is a first. I don't think this has ever happened in Bulldog football history, you know, to my knowledge. You know, it's and it's definitely, I'm sure it's an adjustment for the players, because once you get in the season, you're used to a weekly rhythm and a routine. And so let's just see how the Bulldogs look coming out the gate. So far, not too bad.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Driscoll in the stack eye, hands it off to Power left side, breaks a tackle across the 35 midfield, and he's taken down into Sesser territory at the 41-yard line. He's fired up, and so are the Bulldog fans. That's a Rush Appliance 1st down.
And that is just what Carmi needed at the right time. A 3rd and short, you line up in the stack eye. Sesser came up for that run blitz. They really brought the backers up. You saw them stacked in the gaps. There was a hat on a hat. Everyone was accounted for. Pollard came busting off tackle, was one shoestring tackle from breaking that for 6 points.
For your appliances and furniture, see Rush Appliance and Carmi in Fairfield first. They are, of course, our 1st down sponsor. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Pollard again off the right side. He jukes away from one defender, but you could tell Sesser, they were in the backfield as soon as he got that. Pollard still able to get about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that was a nice adjustment by Pollard. That was just the 24 crossbuck coming off right tackle. And Sesser with that pressure up the middle, right over the nose, bringing a backer, and the nose guard getting penetration there, forced the fullback to kind of not even be able to pass the line of scrimmage. But nice adjustment by Pollard, just getting some positive yardage out of that.
9:40 to go here in the opening quarter. Bulldogs on their first drive, trying to strike first here in a scoreless game. Under center is Driscoll. He moves Pollard in motion. Gives it off to Caleb Seers, his first carry up the middle. Seers will power up inside the 35. I get a week off too, Chris.
Yeah.
I start slurring my words. He takes it up to the Sesser Valier 32. He'll be about a yard shy of a first.
Well, this is exactly the way you wanted to start this game, because at the very least, the Bulldogs are now inside the 35. If they can just keep this ball moving, worst case scenario, even if you don't get a score here, you've got Sesser deep in their territory, and you can play the field position game.
Definitely 4-down territory. They go back to the stack eye. Driscoll almost bobbled the snap. Gives it off to Pollard. He's got plenty enough for a first down. Up to the 25-yard line. A rush appliance first down. Noah Pollard looking good here on the first drive.
Well, I tell you what, I'm loving that stack eye formation, but what is most important, what Carmi is doing well, they're accounting for everybody. You're getting a hat on a hat, giving the ball to Pollard. Every man gets a block, giving him a crease, letting him get some yardage. We talked about, you got a new center tonight. Owen playing center for the first time. That was almost another turnover, but kudos to Driscoll for getting that off.
8.5 to play here in the opening quarter. First drive for the Bulldogs. Driscoll, double handoff to Pollard right side, and Sesser Valier read that one. That was number 24, Braden Jacio, who shot through to make the tackle for a loss.
They were trying to run the double handoff counter there, and Sesser just, again, with those run blitzes, when the front side lineman pulled, they just had that snuffed out from the beginning. That play was kind of doomed from the start.
And it's going to be really hard for Carmi to run those counters where it takes a lot of time in the backfield, just because Sesser is stacking so many guys in the box.
They've watched film. They know when they see that double handoff what's coming, but eventually it's going to force Carmi to put the ball in the air.
2nd and 14 here. Ball at the Sesser 29. Driscoll under center. He will go back to pass for the first time. He feels the pressure, throws the ball, and it's short, incomplete. Pollard was open, but the pressure, there was two guys blitzing off the blind side, and simply they blitzed too many guys for Carmi. Driscoll was able to get the pass off, but it's incomplete. Now 3rd and long.
Yeah, that 4-4 stack look. You had an end and a corner coming off the edge unblocked, and again, that's going to happen on those play actions. It's timing. Driscoll, kudos again for getting the ball off. Just another second, we might have had a completion there. That was just a play action counter pass, but those are plays we're going to have at some point.
Again, probably 4-down territory for Carmi. You want to get about 6 to 8 yards here. If you can't get the first down, make it a 4th and manageable. 3rd and 14 from the 29. Driscoll back to pass again. It's a screen play, and Sesser Valier read that one, and it was almost picked off.
Yeah, they were all over that one. You saw the kind of the counter fake trying to set up a screen. I think Sesser knew 3rd and long. They were probably saying, Colin, watch the screen, and lucky for the Bulldogs that was not picked. And don't be surprised, I mean, it's not out of the question. Driscoll had that fantastic punt against Hamilton County a couple weeks ago. You might possibly see a pooch punt here, depending on the formation. Under center, scratch that. We're not going to see it. No, we're not going to see it.
You know nothing, Chris.
I know nothing.
4th and 14. Stack eye for the Bulldogs. And they go with the handoff to Pollard, and Pollard breaks a tackle, takes it inside the 20. I think he's going to be short, and he will be by about 3 yards.
Yeah. Gutsy call. Again, the losing yardage on the play a couple plays ago. If you don't have that, then that's a first down. But at the very least, Carmi has them inside the 20, so they did play the field position game.
And not a bad drive by Carmi, despite the tackle for loss there on the attempted counter play. But we'll see the Sesser offense for the first time, led by, I mentioned the quarterback, Colt Packer. We'll see a lot of number 2, Desmond Malone. He's a senior, and he is fast.
Yes, and this Packer is probably the best athlete in the conference.
Packer in the shotgun on 1st and 10. A quarterback run on the first play from scrimmage, and he'll get about 2 yards. Gavin Payton brings him down at around the 21.
Nice play by Payton. You're going to see a lot of that tonight. That was just a simple quarterback draw. That was a designed run. The offensive lineman just tried to kind of shield the defensive lineman, almost like becoming screeners in basketball, turn them out and create a running lane for the quarterback. So, and that's the extra element you have to prepare for with a team like this. When you're a quarterback as a designed runner, it's just one more weapon you got to account for.
7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7 yards to go for Sesser on second down. They go Wildcat, and this is Malone, the ball carrier, off the right side. Seers gets a hold of him and drags him down across the 25-yard line. So Sesser Valier pulling some tricks out of the bag.
Yeah.
About a 5-yard pickup, be third and about 2.
And as we can see, I mean, every play they come out, there's a different formation. You know, it's teams like this, not only is just the fact they have athletes and good players a nightmare to prepare for, but it's the fact they have so many formations they bring at you. You got to prepare for so many things.
So 3rd and 2 for Sesser Valier from their own 27. Packer back to pass. Bulldogs bring pressure. He gets away from one defender, now rolls out to his right. He's got a man open down the field. It is caught and taken down at the 42-yard line. Coming back and making the catch is Kyan Short, and Trayton Vickers, if he was about 3 inches taller, might have had an interception there.
You know, that's another kind of run. It's almost a designed run-pass option. I noticed there they had 2 receivers at the bottom of the field, and the Bulldogs were missing a defender down there. But that's the conundrum he creates with his speed. When you come up to commit to stopping him in the run, you're going to have a receiver open, and, you know, Vickers had to somewhat honor the run there and was just a second short defending that pass.
If that pass is on the money, it could have been a touchdown. Vickers able to make the tackle. So 1st and 10, Malone gets the carry, and Cade Stockton shoots through and makes the tackle near midfield.
That is a fantastic play by Cade Stockton. That's what your defensive ends have to do against quick perimeter teams. They love to get outside. They love to use their speed. Your ends have to stay at home, keep their contain, and that's a huge play by Cade Stockton. Coming off that big pass conversion by Sesser, Carmi gets a little momentum back.
So they do give Malone some sort of forward progress. They mark him at the Carmi 49-yard line. Still a loss of 7 on the play. So it's 2nd and 17, ball at the 49, 5:18 to play here in the first quarter. Packer back to pass. Pressure in his face. He'll go down. He's sacked. Back at the 47, it's Nelson Ryder.
Nelson Ryder and Eli Bryant. Big combo, big number 55 and number 51. I've said this all season. He is pound for pound one of the strongest kids in this league. A hard worker, just a constant motor. He's kind of a, what can I say, a high school version to me of Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa,
hey,
excuse me. I said Joey.
I get it.
Nick, you know what I'm talking about.
I get it, Chris.
Yeah.
You're Niners. We'll talk tomorrow.
We'll talk about that. But fantastic play. Let's see the Bulldogs can get this 3 and out.
3rd and 20. Back to pass goes Packer. They run a screen. They throw it over to Malone, and Seers can't bring him down, but Stockton will at around the 44. It'll be 4th down, and Sesser, I believe, is going to punt it, and they will.
That is a great stand by the Bulldog defense. Sesser trying to set up a bubble screen there. And Caleb Seers, just being the ball hawk that he is, got out there and made a play. Sesser electing to play field position. I thought they might consider going for it. But their punter is athletic. That's Packer. Back there is the punter. So you can't rule out a fake here.
Possibly one of those rugby-style punts we saw Hamilton County try a couple of weeks ago. Packer will boot it away. It's a short line drive kick, and it will take a bounce out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, and the Bulldog offense will come back out onto the field. So both teams, Bulldogs turn it over on down. Sesser Valier punts on their first possession. I kind of thought it'd be a high-scoring game, but this might be a defensive battle.
I'll tell you, that is a huge team can line up a scoreboard and all the weapons they have. So for Carmi, you know, especially when you give up a big pass play like that, the tendency is to get on your heels. But the Bulldogs just absolutely made a huge stand there, got the 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 for Carmi from their own 13-yard line. They'll come back out with a wing back to the left side. That's Pollard. Anderson. He will turn and give it off. This is Seers off the leg. Drag one defender with them across the 15 to about the 17. Call it a 4-yard pickup there for Caleb Seers. It'll be 2nd down.
And there's that power playoff tackle again with Seers. And you can just see, I mean, the down linemen, their position, I mean, they're down on all fours. They are absolutely crowding the line of scrimmage. Sesser is going to make Carmi earn every yard they get. They are not going to make it easy for us to run the football. But if you can stay ahead of the chains like this, you'll take it.
2nd and 6 for Carmi from their own 17-yard line. They go to the stack guy. Driscoll gives it off to Pollard, left side. He goes up the middle and 20. At least that's where forward progress will get him. Driscoll under center. They move power to motion. They give it off to Seers up the middle. Seers breaks away. It's a 26 to go here in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs finally get on the board.
And Caleb Seers, you know, and he'd even tell you this by no admission, is a breakaway speed back, but what a move he made. I thought he was going to get tackled right at midfield, which was still, but what a play. Great blocking up front. Again, this offensive line is coming out, playing on all cylinders and get the conversion.
So the Bulldogs will go for two. Under center, it's Driscoll. And the give goes to Pollard. He slips. I don't think he got in there. Bulldogs were 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions in week 2. But they lead at 6-0 with 2:26 to go here in the first quarter. That's a first bank touchdown, $6 for 6 points. Back in 1 minute on.
When it comes to tax preparation, experience counts. Hi, this is Dewana with Butch & Associates CPAs in Carmi. Taxes are complicated, but choosing a tax professional.
Carmi, 2:26 to go here in the first quarter after the long touchdown run by Caleb Seers, and that kick is going to roll out of bounds. And so a penalty flag will go down. Do want to apologize for some technical difficulties we are having both on the radio and the YouTube channel. Just sit tight. We'll get those worked out as we go throughout the ball game. But at this point, 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. Carmi does strike first on a 79-yard touchdown run by Caleb Seers. Puts us where we are now.
And I tell you, that what a dream start for the Bulldogs. Yep. You know, you watch this offense, the way we played the first quarter this week compared to 2 weeks ago. If you're Kurt Simon, you have to be absolutely ecstatic. That kick went out of bounds, so they elect to re-kick. Now here's the thing. You got to play defense again because this Sesser Valier offense is a very quick strike team. But getting that first score was a huge momentum builder for this Bulldog team.
So the Bulldogs re-kick. It's a low-line drive kick, fielded at around the 34-yard line. It's going to be number 11, Jackson Bora, their leading receiver on the return, and he'll be brought down by number 12 for Carmi, Javen Hagan on the tackle. And so 1st and 10 for the Red Devils from their own 43.
So now, if you're Sesser, obviously you're not panicking. It's still very early in this football game. They don't have to change anything they do. But if you're the Bulldogs, I mean, that's definitely a jolt of energy, a jolt of confidence. Now carry this over to your defense once again. Get a 3 and out.
2nd and 8 for Carmi, or correction, for Sesser Valier at their own 43-yard line. Packer is in the shotgun. Malone's to his left, and they give it off to Malone up the gut. He slipped out of one tackle, but he can't slip away from Gavin Payton. Noah Pollard also in there. Austin Owen was the first one who got to him. Gain of a yard.
Nice job by Owen. Owen was the one who got just enough of a hand on him to slow him down. Wait for help to arrive. So, you know, if you can keep this Sesser team behind the chains on these drives, you know, that just very good effort by this Bulldog defense to start this game.
1:45 to play here in the opening quarter. Carmi leads 6-0. Packer in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Handoff Malone left side. He'll break away from Owen, and then he'll be dragged down eventually at around the 47. I believe that was Noah Pollard who came up to bring him down. Stockton and Driscoll also in there on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down at about 6 here for Sesser Valier.
Bulldog perimeter players have done a good job keeping their contained. Malone, you can see how strong of a runner he is. He's only 155 pounds. But kind of like how I talk about Noah Pollard for the Bulldogs plays like a 200-pounder, this kid runs like a 200-plus pounder.
3rd and 6 for Sesser. Back to pass, Packer, no protection. Bulldogs bring the blitz. Stockton can't get to him, but Austin Owen will, and he throws it away, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass or an intentional grounding.
I don't see a flag.
I think they're just going to say incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
Owen had him wrapped up in the backfield. It would have been easily a 10-yard sack. Kind of, I guess, a heads-up play there by Packer to throw it away.
That was very smart, you know, and that pressure off the edge, Stockton. You can see the Bulldogs are kind of borrowing a page out of Sesser's book and bringing pressure. And fantastic scheme, fantastic effort. You can see how elusive Packer is. He tried to spin out of that. But this defense has come to play again.
This defensive line has been everywhere in the backfield. So Packer will punt this one away. 2nd punt for Sesser Valier, and it will go out of bounds. at around the 30-yard line. So Carmi will take over, but I think you're right, Chris. That's a pretty darn good start for the Bulldogs. They turn the ball over on downs in the first possession, but they get the stop, the long touchdown run, get another stop.
When your defense plays lights out, it can overcome some things that your offense may not do well, but that's not been the case tonight. The Bulldogs offense put a fantastic drive together, but, I mean, you know, what is impressing me is we've talked about how good Sesser's offense is, and there's no question they are, still early in this game. But this defense has not been one bit intimidated. They're not sitting back on their heels. Kurt Simon's being aggressive, calling run blitzes, just borrowing a page out of Sesser's book, and so far it's paid off.
17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 30. Handoff Seers left side. Nice move by Seers and a nice run all the way across the 40-yard line. That's a Rush Appliance first down.
It's kind of inside power G type play again, pulling a lineman around, but I can't stress enough that the Bulldogs are doing such a good job of getting a hat on a hat. When those Sesser linebackers are blitzing through the A gaps and the B gaps, they're accounted for. No one's coming through untouched, which is what blitzing teams like to do. When you get a hat on a hat against a blitzing team, you create big creases and big opportunities for your running game.
That will be the final play of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, Carmi leads at 6-0. Back in 1 minute, it's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Summer is here, along with the scorching heat and relentless humidity. But don't sweat it. Visit Cherry Street Automotive and get an air conditioning checkup to make sure your AC is cooling properly, even on the hottest days. The pros will also check your tires and change your oil, too. Call Cherry Street Automotive in Carmine, 618-382-7165. That's 382-7165. And beat the heat. Cherry Street Automotive, your partners in auto repair.
Hello Bulldog fans, this is Kyle Hosick with Country Financial. It's been great coming back to my hometown of Carmi, supporting our Bulldogs as well as my current and future clients. Whether you're looking for auto or home insurance, insurance for your business, life insurance, or a retirement plan, I can help. I take pride in quality customer service and promise to listen to what's important to you while ensuring you have the right coverages. Stop by my office to see what sets us apart. Country Financial Representative Kyle Hosick, 603 West Main in Carmi.
Start of the second quarter, Bulldogs leading Sesser Valier 6-0. After the first down run by Caleb Seers, Bulldogs will have the football at their own 44-yard line. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with you. We are coming to you tonight from the Carmi Lumber broadcast booth. It's built by our friends at Carmi Lumber, helping to assemble and shape a better community. Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber on 3rd Street. Haley Winkleman and Asher Penrod with us for those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. We've had some internet issues tonight, so bear with us. Scott Maring is back at the WRUL studio. So 1st and 10 at the Carmi 43. Pollard goes in motion. Handoff goes to Andrew Dotson left side. And Dotson will take it across the 45, right at the 45. Got about 2 yards there.
And again, mixing it up a little bit, giving it to Dodson. You'll take that. Chunks of 2-3 yards. Bulldogs do not have to be in a hurry because, if anything, you want to keep the ball out of Sesser's hands as much as you can. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. So if you can chew up a lot of clock, take this thing down and get a score, you really change the complexity of this game.
2nd and 8. 40 seconds gone here in the second quarter. Carmi leads 6-0. Kind of an offset T formation. Driscoll goes under center. Pollard moves in motion. Handoff to Seers up the gut, and Sesser met him there in the backfield, but Seers able to power forward and get about 3 yards there to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
And that's another kid, you know, I've talked about some kids that are just strong pound for pound. Caleb Seers is another one. You know, he's not going to have the lightning speed, but I'm going to tell you what he does have is just strength, grit, and toughness. And every time he carries the ball, you can see he brings that. Kind of a lot more motion from the Bulldogs out of that offset. It's almost close to a wing formation. So let's see what they draw up here. Looks like we're in that same formation, a wing look.
3rd and call it 5 for the Bulldogs from their own 48. Under center is Driscoll. He turns, fakes the handoff. Now back to pass. Pressure comes from Sesser Valier. Driscoll rolls out, lobs one down the field for Seers. Tipped away and incomplete. That's a heck of a play by number 12, Jake Hicks, to get a hand in there and knock that away from Seers.
That was a great play by Hicks. He saved a long completion right there. Good play design. Same play we just ran 2 times before. Good fake. Driscoll, again, shows his ability to get outside the pocket. Beautiful throw, but just a good play by Hicks.
So the Bulldogs will punt here on 4th and 5. We do have a score update from Johnston City. It's the Mules of Fairfield leading JC 8-6. They're in the first quarter of that game.
Fairfield has an absolute gauntlet schedule-wise.
You got at around the 27-yard line. So that's our, 4th combined punt tonight, 3rd punt.
Yeah.
Again, not the game I expected. I was kind of expecting a high-scoring affair.
Yeah, its defenses are showing up tonight. I was going to say that punt worked out well going out of bounds because Desmond Malone with a lot of space, that's danger. So smart play kicking that out of bounds, not giving him a chance to field that thing.
So Sesser will start this drive at their own 24-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. 10:16 to play here in the second quarter. Sesser going to go under center here for, I believe, the first time tonight. Packer hands it off up the middle. That's going to be Malone, and he's got nowhere to go. Gavin Payton in there, as well as, I believe, was that Dotson?
That was.
Andrew Dotson, number 11.
It was actually their big fullback, Hicks. They're tight end. They moved him back there. Again, another element Sesser brings. Double wing, under center, and double wide. So you have to widen your corners. Your safeties go out and cover the edge players, and they're just trying to mix it up a little.
So no gain there on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at the Sesser Valier 24-yard line. Under center is Packer. He's going to hand it off, and no, he kept it. Running off to the right side is Packer with running room. He makes a move to the left side, and he's taken down at the 39-yard line. Nice play design there. Packer kept it and ran it for a 1st down.
And you can see how dangerous he is. You're exactly right, Cole. That was an excellent play call. I thought the back in motion got the handoff. Packer kept it. Again, that's another wrinkle Sesser can do. When you have a quarterback who can run, you can run a lot of variations off a lot of plays. This team keeps you on your toes constantly.
So 1st and 10 for Sesser at their own 39-yard line. They go back to the shotgun here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Malone to the left of Packer. Hands it off to Malone. He's got it blockers in front. Able to shake off 1 tackler up to the 42. When it's said and done, about a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Like Noah Pollard getting in over there. But Bryant and Ryder did a nice job holding their ground over there. They kind of stack a big number 44, Caden Hicks, the 250-pound tight end. They stack him almost as like an H-back behind the tackle. Try to get some extra push off that right side. So did a good job of holding our ground over there.
So 2nd down and 6 for Sesser Valier at their own 43-yard line. 8.5 to play here in the second quarter, and the Bulldogs lead at 6-0. Packer in the shotgun, Malone to his left. Handoff goes to Malone off the right side, and Malone is going to get it across midfield, still on his feet. He's tough to tackle. And Cale Wiggins finally drags him down at the 35 or the 46. 1st down Sesser.
That time they ran pretty much the exact same play. The formation was a little different. There were twin receivers next to Hicks there, and they just got a hat on a hat, took a page out of the Bulldogs book. And again, Desmond Malone is a strong runner. Showed you why it takes 2-3 guys to bring him down every time he has the ball.
1st and 10 for Sesser from the Carmi 45.
Same formation.
And the shotgun Packer. Handoff Malone, right side, trying to get the edge, and he does for about a 4-yard pickup to the 41.
You can kind of see Sesser's tendencies. They're one of those teams that if something's working, they're going to go back to it until you stop it.
And they don't really want to run inside too much. It's not the tackles. They're wanting to find the edge with Malone's speed. Why not? You know, you see here they got the strong side of the field to the left. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to get him out in the open space. He's probably the fastest player in the conference.
No question. Or if you fake that and Packer keeps it.
2nd and 6, Packer fakes the handoff. Quarterback run left side and almost stumbles down. And then Nelson Ryder as well as Gavin Payton and Caleb Seers bring him down at the 39-yard line. maybe the 38.5. It'll be third down and about 4 here for Sesser Valier. Probably 4-down territory. They haven't gone for it on fourth down yet.
Yeah, without question, they're in 4-down territory.
3rd and 4. Packer fakes the handoff. Back to pass. Bulldogs bring the blitz. Packer, a long ball, far sideline. It is incomplete, and they throw a penalty flag.
Wow.
They're going to get Trayton Vickers for a pass interference at around the 15-yard line.
And I'm sorry, I'm not sounding like a homer, but that was an awful call.
I think so too,
that
Chris.
was
Watching the
a
replay,
horrible call
on the stream, it seemed like Vickers just tried to play the ball, tried to knock it away.
That ball was 10 feet over the receiver, out of bounds. That was not a catchable ball. That is a terrible call. But nonetheless, no replay, nothing you can do in high school football. Can't overturn pass interference. Just a horrible break there.
Well, in the NFL, that's a spot foul, but it'll just be a 15-yard penalty here, and that turns a 3rd and 5 into a 1st and 10 at the Carmi 25. Man, it's a tough break for the Bulldogs and a huge break for Sesser Valier.
I mean, I saw more questionable plays in our last game that I thought should be pass interference, but that one definitely was not one of them. That was not a good call. But you have to deal with it.
1st and 10 for Sesser at the Carmi 24-yard line. Under center, it's Packer trying to get the call from the sideline, and there's some confusion. And so Sesser will call the timeout. And so we'll take one as well. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Citizens National Bank of Albion has always been in the business of making dreams come true.
Are you like many in the community that have dreamed of owning your own business?
Bring your ideas in and speak to one of our commercial loan professionals in Albion, Olney, Crossville, and Bridgeport.
Our competitive rates and solid decision making will make it the best decision you've ever made.
Let us help you get started, and we'll watch your business grow.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, no better banking.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex, 6:41 to play here in the second quarter. Sesser Valier driving. A pass interference call against the Bulldogs put them in this spot. And they are trying to get on the board.
Well, if there's ever a time your defense has been put in a challenging situation, this is one. You got a dynamic offense. They're just outside the red zone. So this is a monumental task for Carmi to try to keep them out.
So after the Sesser Valier timeout, don't know if it was Coach Shadowins or Coach Rude that called the timeout. When you got two head coaches, Chris, I'm not sure who has the timeout priority, but either way, first one called for either team. 1st and 10. Packer back to pass, back pedals, lobs one, middle of the field, caught, touchdown, Sesser Valier. Wyatt Locks with a touchdown.
Well, they went with a 4-wide look there, man coverage, and Laux just got out ahead of Seers in one-on-one coverage. Packer with a beautiful throw.
Yeah.
just well executed play, well timed. I mean, when you force man-to-man coverage like that, everyone's got to do their job, and not to discredit any effort by the Bulldogs defense, just Laux has some speed, and Packer just made an incredible pass there.
Beautiful throw by Packer, almost in a back pedal.
Yeah, and that man-to-man coverage, it's difficult, especially for a linebacker to cover a receiver.
This is for the lead right here. Sesser going for 2. Packer in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, wants to throw, throws it over the middle. That's caught by Locks again, and Sesser Valier has taken an 8-6 lead with 6:34 to play here in quarter number 2. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. It's Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL.
Great teamwork is no accident.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop salute the area athletes.
Just as in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop work together to make sure you get your car back as quickly as possible.
When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi.
David and the gang are proud supporters of area athletes.
Truck Month is back, and it's back like the old days. Discounts and rebates of up to $9,000 on the new 2023 Ford F-150 XLTs. $9,000 off and super low rates, as low as 1.9% APR on the #1 selling truck in America. And Expressway Ford has a huge inventory with everything priced to sell. Expressway Ford, more Fords for less.
Short kickoff is recovered by Carmi at the 40 or 36-yard line. We talked about before the game, Chris, Sesser Valier, even back in the days when I was playing, they rarely kick the ball off deep. It's either going to be a short dribbler kick like that or a pooch kick. That time, Carmi, again, is a little scary.
Second time.
They were able to fall on it.
Yeah, they've averted disaster the second time, but that's the reason they do it.
Yep.
You know, if you're not going to play a hands team, if you got your traditional unit out there, some of your front guys may be linemen, not totally used to fielding the ball, but credit to the Bulldogs for recovering that.
Bulldogs come out in the power I formation, 6.5 to play here in the second quarter, 8-6 Sesser. Handoff, Pollard up the middle. Pollard gets it across the 45-yard line, and he's tripped up across midfield. Nice run for Noah Pollard. 1 first down. Turns it to another. A rush appliance first down for the Bulldogs.
And that's how you answer if you're Carmi. You can't panic. You can't just deviate from your game plan. You just dust yourself off. You go back to work on offense. Pick up your lunch bucket, grind some off-tackle powers with Noah Pollard. That's how you respond.
We approach the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. Sesser Valier leading 8-6. And so the Bulldogs will have a 1st and 10 at the Sesser 49-yard line.
And I still believe the Bulldogs have to use the philosophy of just grinding the clock as much as they can.
Driscoll under center here in the power I formation. Gives it off to Seers up the middle. Or correction, that was Dotson on a fullback dive, and Dotson carries up to about the 47, about a 2-yard pickup.
And that's that fullback trap. You'll notice Driscoll reverses out. The running back goes in motion, kind of looks like it's going against the grain. You want the defense to flow one way, trap back the other side, and have the fullback go against the grain. But tough sledding in there with that interior of the Sesser Valier defense. And again, if you're Carmi, you want to keep this ball until the clock goes to 0, no matter what.
Have your offense be your best defense against the Sesser Valier passing game. 2nd and 8, Driscoll gives it off to Seers up the gut. Seers, nice run once again, and Caleb Seers, who has got to be inching close to that 100-yard mark already here in the first half. He's got a first down to the Sesser Valier 34, a rush appliance first down.
Well, we talked at the beginning of this season, Cole. You know, it was no secret. The 1-2 punch of 2022. What do the Bulldogs do this year? Well, they've gotten a pretty darn good 1-2 punch in Caleb Seers and Noah Pollard this year, and getting tough yards when you need it. And again, the important thing that's doing, that clock is ticking down. Sesser has 2 timeouts left, but if you're Carmi, just run this thing down.
4:45 to go here in the second quarter. Power I formation. Driscoll off to Seers, looking for some running room. Nice move by Seers. Off to the races. Caleb Seers. Touchdown, Carmi, White County.
What a read by Caleb Seers. Coming out of that power I look, simple ISO, makes the cut, great vision, off to the races. Hat on a hat. This Bulldog offense has played outstanding tonight.
At $6 for 6 points, First Bank donates the Carmi White County Unit 5 School District Caleb Seers. And he let Noah Pollard score 2 touchdowns in week 2. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight.
And one thing we didn't mention coming into tonight, Caleb Seers leading the Southern Illinois in rushing, 362 yards.
Bulldogs will go for 2, looking to extend their 12-8 lead. In the stack I, Driscoll under center. He's going to go back to pass. He rolls out to his right, throws one, caught. Seers, he is in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Listen to this crowd as the Bulldogs take a 14-8 lead over Sesser Valier. 4:33 to play here in the first half. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
What a hit! Now that's a playmaker.
With Huck's Bucks Big Rewards, you can be a playmaker too. Hi folks, I'm Chris Myers.
And I'm Cole Carter. Download the Huck's Bucks Big Rewards app now and save with great coupons on gas, snacks, and more.
And make sure to fuel up at the Bulldog Spirit Pump at Huck's. A portion of your fill-up goes to support Carmi White County Unit 5 schools.
And that makes you a playmaker in the community. Huck's Market, headquartered in Carmi.
we can go. 4:33 to play here in the second quarter as Carmi retakes the lead on a touchdown run by Caleb Seers, his second of the night. And we will see if the Bulldog defense can make a stop before the end of the half, because you got to remember, Chris, Sesser Valier does get the ball to start the third quarter, so a chance for them to do what they call double dipping.
They do indeed, and Seers showing he can catch too, getting that conversion.
Yep.
And more importantly for Driscoll, build his confidence, getting that completion.
Line drive kick for Driscoll, bobbled by Malone at the 20-yard line. He picks it up and runs up the gut, and he will be slammed down by Andrew Dotson. Beckhuff helped him finish it off, and Sesser Valier will start this drive at their own 30.
Well, that's the one thing, you know, we talk about Dodson getting some carries, but the one thing he has brought is defensive excellence this year, and you can see what he even does on special teams. You know, it's not always about breaking long runs and scoring touchdowns, it's the other things you do on the field, and he has been stellar on the defensive side of the football as well. So, great tackle. You know, always makes me nervous when Desmond Malone has that kind of space with the football.
So 1st and 10 for Sesser Valier at their own 30-yard line. 4:25 to go here in the second quarter. Toss Malone to right side, trying to find that corner. He does, and he gets the first down as Driscoll bumps him out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
Looks like Sesser going back to what they had success on that last drive, just that toss to Malone coming off the right side, getting a hat on a hat. And he has some wheels coming off that edge now. He does have some speed. And don't be shocked if they go back to this, but with the success they also had throwing on that last drive, they may start, you know, especially with limited time before halftime, they may start winging this ball a little bit.
Packer does go under center. He's got two wing backs and a wide receiver to the left, and his big fullback behind him. Hicks is the one who gets it, and he's got nowhere to go. I think Vickers was the first one back there to kind of slow them down.
Yeah.
Ryder and Payton helped finish it off, as well as Seers. Gain of a yard.
Great collective job by the defense there. To their credit, they have not given Caden Hicks much of anything. You know, and that's a 250-pound fullback coming off there. So the Bulldogs have done a really good job in the interior run. It's just the edge we've had our struggles a little bit. But again, I mean, you got an athlete like Malone, it's going to be tough for anybody.
3:40 left to play here in the second quarter. Packer is in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hand off to Malone, up the middle, and Malone will take it across midfield. He'll be close to a first down. The near side official has him down at the Bulldog 49. And if that is the correct spot, it will be short. Call it third at about 2.
You definitely need a big play here for the Bulldogs. Need a tackle for a loss. I'd expect them to stay kind of conservative here and get the first down. Because remember, in high school football, first down does stop the clock. Not like college where now it's just inside of 2 minutes, or the pros where it doesn't stop.
Gavin Payton, I think, had a bloody nose. He's getting worked on the Bulldogs sideline, so he's off. Now on 3rd and 2, it's going to be a quarterback run for Packer right up the middle, and good luck stopping that. Kind of like last night's Philadelphia Eagles quarterback sneak. That's a first down.
Yeah, and that's as basic as it gets. And that's a 220-pound quarterback just getting momentum and coming right off the guard. That is tough for anyone to stop in this conference.
And you got to think Packer's a big dude, 6'2", 220. I mean,
yeah,
he's not an easy tackle.
No, 220-pound quarterback that can run like that and has, you know, he has juking ability. He's not just he's not slow by any means.
2:40 to go here in the second quarter. 14-8. Carmi leads it. Packer comes down to the shotgun. Bulldogs show blitz. We'll see if they bring it. They move Malone in motion. Pressure comes near side from Stockton. Pass over the middle. Going to be caught and running across the 30-yard line inside the 30 to about the 27. Making the catch was number 10. That's short and a first down for Sesser.
Well, the routes on that play and the man coverage, the two deep receivers just cleared out the safeties. Then Short just running kind of a 10-yard in. After that was all cleared out, it was wide open for him. But, again, you can see the diversity this offense brings. Another nice ball from Packer and a great play by Short.
2:10 to go in the second quarter. And the shotgun Packer hands off Malone, right side. Malone turns it upfield, puts a stiff arm. Malone down the sideline, touchdown. Sesser Valier. A 26-yard run for Desmond Malone, and the Red Devils have tied this game with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Now you're kind of getting the feeling that these teams might trade some scores. And
it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, what started out as a defensive struggle, now the floodgates are starting to open a little bit on both sides of the ball. And, for both defenses, it's going to come down to who's going to get a stop, and this game may come down to who has the ball last. So let's see what Sesser does for the conversion here. I expect a dose of Desmond Malone personally, but he's split out wide, so this may be Packer on a draw.
And again, the Red Devils do get the ball to start the second half. Packer in the shotgun, fakes left, runs right, and he is in for 2. And the Red Devils reclaim the lead, 16-14, with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bulldogs will have a shot to score before the end of the half. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
Two minutes to go in the second quarter. Sesser Valier will short kick this one. It gets to the third level until Noah Pollard picks it up, and he'll put his shoulder down to give Carmi good field position at their own 40-yard line. So the Red Devils do reclaim the lead, 16-14. Now 1:55 on the clock. Chris, you've got time. You've got all 3 timeouts. You don't necessarily have to go pass only here, but the biggest thing is you can't turn the ball over here. If you go into halftime down 2, that's one thing, but don't want to give Sesser a chance to again score again before this quarter's over.
No, there's going to be 2 philosophies here. You play this conservative and just try to get the clock ran down and go to halftime, or you take your shots. It looks like Sesser just called a timeout.
That's their second timeout, so we'll take one as well. Back in 30 seconds.
This is Nancy J. Winter, CPA. Life is always about change, and most businesses have to evolve to succeed. You want to be the best at what you do and do the things you like the most. We want to help you achieve that goal. We can help you design your records to evaluate what's the most profitable aspects. We can also help you evaluate what services are complementary and best offered together to your market niche customers. You know your business, but having the records to back up your business decisions can help with a business loan or just with peace of mind. Contact Nancy J. Winter, CPA, Carmi, 382-2364.
1:55 left to go here in the second quarter. Bulldogs do have 1st and 10 at their own 40. They trail by 2, 16-14. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with it. We come to you live from the Carmi Lumber broadcast booth, as Bulldogs will try to get another score in before the end of the half. Caleb Seers has had a great game on the ground, over 100 yards, a couple of touchdown runs. But both teams have started to pick things up offensively as what started as a defensive battle.
It's kind of an interesting time for a timeout by Sesser. Thought they might try to conserve those, but see what we get here.
Power I formation. Driscoll's under center. He'll take the snap, gives it off Pollard left side. Pollard gets it across the 45 to about the 46. Wouldn't be shocked to see Carmi, still huddle, but try to be a little more urgent here with these plays. A gain of 6 there for Pollard. He'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah. I think if there's a down, you want to take a shot. Might be this one, but again, Coach Simon's philosophy might be if we can get one more first down, we can get this thing to halftime just down 2. Just don't want to take any huge risks.
Still got all 3 timeouts. Driscoll goes under center, moves Pollard in motion, and the give goes to Seers left side. Seers trying to bust to the outside. He can't, as he's tripped up at the 48.
Sesser did.
Somebody called a timeout, and it was Carmi.
Carmi did, yep.
So that's the first of 3 timeouts for Coach Simon with 1:14 to play in the second quarter. We'll step aside, 30-second break here on 97.3 WRUL.
Doing business in today's world can be complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. People's National Bank is here to help your business not only survive, but thrive. With modern-day products such as remote deposit capture, ACH payments, merchant card services, and commercial line of credit sweeps, we can get you paid faster, protect your risk, and make your money work hard for you. Hi, this is Melinda with People's National Bank. Give me a call today and get started. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
So a timeout taken by Kurt Simon with 1:14 to play here in the second quarter. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs at their own 48-yard line. 16-14 Sesser. One thing that kind of worries me, Chris, is if you don't get this first down, Sesser can then call that timeout, and then all of a sudden they're going to have one more chance to score before the end of the half.
And that is true. I think, here's my thing, I think no matter what, this is 4 down because at the very least, if Carmi can get this first down, they can get this thing to halftime.
Sesser stacks the box here on 3rd and short. Driscoll back to pass here. Pressure comes from his backside, and he's sacked back at the 37. That was 32, Tristan Gordon, who shot through unblocked. And now you pretty much have to punt here on 4th and 10.
Tried the play action on short yardage. You know, I would have been more of the philosophy of get the first down, maybe try that. If you do get the first, try that play action when you have another set of downs. But you can milk this clock down to about another 20 seconds or so. And then
Sesser has a timeout left, and they're not calling it, which kind of surprises me.
Me too. Yeah, I thought they might have tried to use it because, you know, as well as they can throw the ball, they can throw some outs, get out of bounds.
Reminder, coming up at halftime, we do have the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show. And to avoid a delay of game, Carmi will call a timeout. So they let that run down as far as they could, and they call their second timeout. And I would assume you punt it here on 4th and 10. Carmi might have other ideas. And I think I see Kurt Simon pointing over in the direction for Driscoll. I think he's saying just try to corner kick this thing, pin them deep, and let's just take this to halftime.
Yeah. If Malone's back deep, do your best not to kick it straight to him. Don't give them a chance. You know, because, like I said, this is a very quick strike offense. I think if you're Sesser, if you do get somewhat decent field position out of this, you got at least one shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see them take one shot, you know, just see what you can do. If not, if nothing's there, you may just go ahead and take the knee. But either way, you have to be very pleased that, you know, that pressure off the edge for a sack on 3rd and 2, that was pretty huge.
You knew Sesser was going to bring the blitz. They've run it all night.
Yeah. That time the Bulldogs, you know, on that play action, if you don't get a hat on a hat, you know, it takes time to develop. And if you got a team blitzing that quick, you don't have a lot of time to throw the ball.
See the Bulldogs come out in their tight punt formation, just wanting to make sure that Driscoll can get this one off cleanly. Nobody really deep for Sesser, and Driscoll does get it away, and it's a good one. A line drive punt that will roll and take a stop at about the 25-yard line. So that works out pretty well if you're Carmi. And it will finally stop the clock with 13 seconds to go. I can imagine Sesser probably just taking a knee and taking this into the locker room.
Yeah, 13 seconds in that kind of field position. Yeah, you don't want anything crazy to happen. If they had the ball at midfield, might be a different story. But I think here you just see a knee. And you're right, Cole. They get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, and the way their offense is starting to click now, you know, it's going to be real critical for the Bulldogs D to step up.
Lots of football left.
Yes, sir. That's the good news.
13 seconds left here in the half. Locker room 16-14. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break. We'll come back with the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Shop, click, drive. It's that simple with RiceMotors.com. Picks and pricing updated several times a day. Even vehicles in transit. You get the first look when you shop RiceMotors.com. Got an idea of what you're looking for? Want to schedule a service appointment? You can do it all. Rice Motors has served the region for 90 years. And with RiceMotors.com, it's never been easier for you to shop. Click, drive. RiceMotors.com. Visit now.
In 1925, when Farrell Hospital opened, they knew that families in El Dorado and the surrounding communities needed a hospital they could depend on, close to home. Over the years, Farrell grew to meet the needs of patients. Today, Farrell Hospital has grown to offer advanced emergency care, orthopedics, cancer, surgery, imaging, lab, and more, always keeping more care right here close to home. Farrell Hospital. You can depend on us.
Welcome to Pro Rehab Carmi, where our passion is getting you back to life faster. It is our privilege to walk with you every step of the way using evidence-based treatments specifically created just for you. Whether it's sports, general orthopedics, or pelvic floor rehab, you are in the right hands. Your results are worth fighting for, and our team fights for you.
Call 384-7872 or visit Pro Rehab on Main in Carmi and get back to life faster.
Roark Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation at 265-3665.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Slay's Restoration, restoring communities for more than 30 years with a rapid response fleet equipped to handle any size loss, wind damage, fire restoration, water damage, mold removal, and remediation. Slay's Restoration is there when you need them most, working to bring your property to better than before condition with state-of-the-art technology and hard work. The #1 disaster restoration company for water, fire, wind, and mold. Visit slaysrestoration.com to learn more.
Halftime here in Carmi as Sesser Valier leads the Bulldogs 16-14. This is the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show, remembering lives well lived and honoring the tradition of Bulldog sports. Visit jordanfuneralgroup.com for more. Cole Carter alongside Chris Myers. We're coming to you live from the Carmi Lumber broadcast booth. Haley Winkleman and Asher Penrod are with us. For those of you watching on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel, and Scott Mehring is back at the WRUL studio. We do apologize for some technical difficulties we had there in the first half. We think we've got those kinked out. Internet is never handy when you need it, but regardless, Carmi a pretty good first half. They do trail by 2 against Sesser Valier. You know, Chris, this Sesser team is pretty much what we expected, at least on the offensive side. You know, they've had some struggles against Carmi in the ground game, but Carmi has kind of struggled against the pass so far.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Kurt Simon, you have to be very pleased nonetheless, because your offense has played so much better tonight. I don't think we've had any turnovers. I don't even know if we've had any penalties, really. Maybe one. And that
offensively, I don't believe so.
Yeah, so you have to be very pleased with the way the offense has played tonight. Defensively, same thing. I mean, Carmi has put, for the most part, a very good effort in. You know, they were unfortunately victim of a very poor call on a 3rd and 5, which called pass interference, you know, kind of out of your control. But, you know, an offense like this with Sesser, and you can just see, they have at least 10 different looks they can give you in a game, you know, in just a half. And you can't keep this offense down that long. You know, once you have that many weapons at Packer at quarterback, Malone in the backfield, you know, and those two alone are just a nightmare for any team. So for the Bulldogs to hold them off as long as they did, you know, to only be down 2, you have to be happy for Coach Simon. Not a moral victory. Obviously, you want to be leading, but, you know, for the most part, given you're within 2 points at halftime, you do have to be went to the pass, and Packer showed you his multi-talented ability. He can get it done in the air, and he can get it done on the ground. So, you know, that their first touchdown drive, they started throwing the ball a little more. Had a lot of success, kind of got the Bulldogs on their heels. That second drive, same thing. They kind of finished it off, you know, with Malone getting that long run and version again on a quarterback draw. It shows you his ability. Packer is just a multi-dimensional player that is just so difficult to defend because of what he can do running and throwing.
Again, halftime score, Sesser Valier leads the Bulldogs 16-14. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break. This is the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show on 97.3 WRUL.
Welcome to Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, where small town service meets the selection of a big city. We proudly offer top-notch American-made mowers, quality you can rely on. Envy Neighborhood Vehicles, perfect for family fun or cruising around your neighborhood. We are also your destination for Traeger Grills, Diamond Pet Food, MFA Farm Feed, everything you need in one place. Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, not the same old store you're used to. We're different and we're proud of it. Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, where small town value meets big city selection.
Welcome to Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Excellence in eye care.
From thorough examinations utilizing advanced equipment and technology to premier optical products, here at Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient like family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Simply put, we are excellence in eye care.
If you're looking to brighten and enhance your vision, don't hesitate to contact us today. 382-4683.
Less stress, more family. Supportive living could be the answer. Personalized support with daily activities, social connection, and peace of mind for families. Just a few of the many benefits of supportive living at Wabash. If you're worried about mom or dad getting around, taking medication, or living safely on their own, supportive living at Wabash Christian Supportive Living could be the answer. Please visit us at chliving.org or call us at 618-900-8245 to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or want to enjoy a stroll around your neighborhood, orthopedic health is critical to your quality of life. The orthopedic and sports medicine team at Wabash General Hospital moving through life with greater comfort and ease. To schedule an appointment, call 618-263-6400. Wabash General Hospital, people you know helping people you love.
500 of the junior pro football players this year, at least it feels like. And, been able to follow the junior pro football teams this season. 7th and 8th grade team is having a fantastic season. On the sports show before, we had Spud Egbert and Scott Howard in with us last weekend.
Just tremendous, but what it does, it builds your high school program. When you can get unity from youngsters, once they got in the high school, all of a sudden the corner turned. We made the playoffs in '99 and have had consistent winning seasons for the most part ever since that time. So for what it's done for our town, I think it's tremendous. It's just been a huge boost to this football program for, let's say, 30 years now.
And the junior pro Bulldogs will take on Johnson City tomorrow here at Harrington Jeffrey. So come on out and support these youngsters. The 5th and 6th grade game will start at 10:30 with the 7th and 8th grade game to follow. And again, that 7th and 8th grade team, they are unbeaten so far this year.
Continuous clock, 6 minutes. So you had 50 kids that you got to get in a game with 6-minute quarters of continuous clock. So talk about a challenge there. But, seeing that many 7th and 8th graders, absolutely. It is definitely a positive thing for, Coach Simon and his staff to see, knowing that numbers are coming, because at this level, smaller schools, numbers are very important at the varsity level.
This is the Jordan Funeral Group halftime show, looking at some scores from around the area. In Black Diamond Conference play, it is CZR trailing Chester 34-8 at halftime. It is DuQuoin leading Benton 14-3 at the half. Last I checked, it was Flora leading El Dorado 12-8 at halftime. Last we heard from Johnson City that it was Fairfield leading them 8-6. Have not heard a score update from that game yet. But that game to me, Chris, I really do think the four best teams in the conference are facing off tonight. Carmi and Sesser and JC and Fairfield, not just opinion-wise, but record-wise as well. Fairfield just one loss, or at least in the conference. They had that, really good chance to kind of tell how each team fares. Of course, Sesser beat Fairfield last week by 10. The question is, okay, how is Johnson City? We don't really know how they are this year. We're getting kind of an idea tonight with a 2-point Sesser lead, and then Fairfield was leading JC.
Yeah, tonight's really kind of a benchmark night in the conference. The four.
If you look at Carmi, they got Sesser tonight, Fairfield next week, and then they kind of, it eases up a little bit until they face Johnson City in week 9. To me, I think Sesser's a team to beat, but if you're Carmi, if you can come back and win this game tonight, you're really going to make a statement and set things up for later on in the season.
You are definitely in the driver's seat if you get this win tonight, without question.
That goes for Sesser as well.
Absolutely. And same thing for Sesser. If they get the win tonight, then really they have a matchup with Johnson City in a few weeks.
That will be week 8.
Week 8, right before the end of the year, and then we get Johnson City a week later. So there's a lot of interesting things that are coming down the pike. But, for this second half of this game, both of these teams know what's at stake. You know, you are without question in the driver's seat if you win tonight. You know, Carmi not overlooking this second half, but going to Fairfield, no matter what their record is not going to be an easy game. I mean, that it's going to be just as, to me, it will be just as difficult of a challenge going there next week as playing this Sesser team tonight. So, you know, these next 2 quarters of football are just, what can you say? Again, my favorite phrase, Captain Obvious. They're huge, you know, for both these teams. The Bulldogs have a monumental task, especially this first series, because this Sesser team comes out with the football, and they were starting to really find their rhythm on offense. So if you see this team come down, get a long established drive, and put this thing in the end zone, if they can get a conversion, if it's 24-14, you know, the Bulldog team is going to be, quite frankly, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. So it is critical that Carmi, even if it's not a 3-and-out, if they just find a way to get Sesser, keep them out of the end zone this first drive, go back to work on offense, establish your run game again, because it's still only down 2 points. You know, you're not behind the 8 ball time-wise, but you just do not want to give up a score this opening drive for Sesser.
Again, halftime score, Sesser leads it 16-14. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. Third quarter coming up. It's Bulldog football on 97.com.
Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. From cabinets and flooring, doors and paint, lumber and hardware, to shingles and siding. Knowledgeable and friendly staff that have your back on all those home projects and even deliver to your door. So before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber for the woods, the goods, and the know-how. Visit Carmi Lumber, North 3rd Street in Carmi, and carmilumber.net.
All right, start of the second half. Sesser Valier does get the football on a line drive kick that was fielded at the Red Devil 40-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. They lead 16-14. It's a big possession right here, Chris. If you're Carmi, getting a stop here is vital, because if the Red Devils drive down, make it a 2-score game, you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, this is absolutely critical that the Bulldogs hold them on this opening drive.
So 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Packer in the shotgun, back to pass here on the first play. Deep ball, far sideline. He's got a step on Vickers, and they throw the flag again. Holy Toledo.
Wow.
That is a horrific penalty call.
Wow. Kurt Simon is out at the numbers, and I don't blame him.
There's
no way that should have been a penalty. That ball hit the ground. Wow.
That is a awful penalty.
I was going to say what they did. They just faked the same play they'd ran the first half and threw it. That was great coverage. They just got tripped up after the ball had been thrown.
That ball was 5 yards over the head of the receiver, and they tripped.
And that's a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean, that is horrible. A horrible call.
The officials are discussing it.
I mean,
and Chris, I wonder if they maybe threw a flag on Kurt Simon. There is a flag here on the near sideline.
They did. That's a sideline warning. But now they may be taking this back. Let's see.
They're picking the flag up.
Good. Because what happened, if you're watching at home, it just their legs just got tangled up. The ball had already hit the ground, and their legs. It was great coverage by Vickers. Glad they did the right thing there. I'm sorry. Yes, I was wound up cold, but that was.
Chris, I mean, there's many Sesser fans over there thinking,
wow,
I don't know about that one.
We got another. They almost got another gift. So
there's the sideline warning there. Is that going to be any yardage? I don't believe so.
It isn't. It's just a warning. If he does it again, then they will enforce the penalty. But that was a sideline warning. But I can't blame Kurt Simon for coming out to midfield there.
So Sesser's going to go back to the Wildcat here with Malone in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, tries to run left. and he will be brought down. Andrew Dotson, the first one there at the 41. And it's 3rd and 9 coming up. That penalty being picked up is huge. It was then a 2nd and 10, now a 3rd and about 8.
Well, just thankfully they discussed it and did the right thing there, that another official had a better viewpoint of that. The sideline official who was behind the play threw it, and I don't think he had a good view of what actually happened, that ball was already on the ground, their feet got tangled up. The deep officials had a better angle, and they did the right thing by having a conference there. So
3rd down and 8 for the Red Devils at their own 42-yard line. Packer is in the shotgun. He's got Malone to his right. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff. He's got pressure from the right side. Nelson Ryder gets him, as well as Noah Pollard back at the 35-yard line.
Fantastic job bringing pressure off the edge. Ryder, Pollard, and crew, the blitz. The Bulldogs are blitzing effectively tonight, and you could not start this second half any better if you're the Carmi Bulldogs. You needed a series like that, reestablish momentum, get the ball back, and again, play what I call Bulldog football, ground and pound between the tackles.
What an outing tonight by this Bulldog defensive line. I mean, every time Packer has gone to pass, granted he's looked good at times, but this pressure has been everywhere tonight.
They've answered. They have answered.
It's now 4th and a mile. Sesser Valier will punt, and it's a short line drive punt that will go out of bounds at around the 40-yard line. That's a great way to start the half for Carmi. In fact, they're going to mark it at the 44. So 1st and 10 for Carmi.
Just an outstanding defensive series there by the Bulldogs. Every single play well defended. And now if you're this Bulldog offense, the Bulldog offense for the most part played very well. You had a couple times, they got us on that last attempt at a play action pass, but Sesser was going to be bringing pressure no matter what. So, still had an excellent game on the ground the first half. So, I would just more of the same. Dial up more of the same. If you're Carmi, you don't have to change a lot.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 44-yard line as they trail Sesser 16-14, 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Under center is Driscoll. And the offset eye. Driscoll will take the snap. He'll give it off. Dotson up the middle. Dotson will drag a defender with him up to midfield. Got a 5-yard, 6-yard pickup there for Dotson. Good run on first down.
And that's textbook. That's exactly what you want from your fullback. Get you 5 solid yards. You're starting ahead of the chains at the 50-yard line. And again, the Bulldogs can huddle slow, take their time. The clock is your friend. Even down 2 with their field position, the clock is still their friend if they're staying ahead of the chains.
2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs at midfield. Driscoll is under center. They move Pollard in motion. The give goes to Seers up the middle. Nice juke by Seers, and he will take it all the way to the Sesser Valier 42-yard line. That will be a Rush Appliance first down.
Well, that's just, again, great vision by Seers just on the fullback give. Out of that motion, what he's doing so well is what I call vision, running back vision. It's easy just to take the ball and say, okay, I'm supposed to go through the 4-hole, put my head down and go. A back has to have vision. Good backs know when there's a crease, know when to make a move. He kept his shoulder square, put a good fake on that linebacker, and got some extra yards out of that.
So a Rush Appliance first down for the Bulldogs at the Sesser 42-yard line. Driscoll under center. He will turn, give it off. Seers near side. Seers breaks one tackle, breaks another, takes it inside the 35 to the 34. About 2 yards shy of a first down.
Just another power G play, pulling a lineman around, have your lead blockers in front, and just let Caleb Seers grind out those tough yards. Like I said, I mentioned this before. I had the privilege of helping with the wrestling team last winter, and this young man, Ryder, a lot of these guys on the wrestling team, I can just tell you, they are just incredibly strong and, tough as nails and just perfect football players in that regard.
2nd and 2 at the Sesser 34. Pollard goes in motion. Handoff Seers up the middle. Seers tripped up at about the 26. But that's going to be enough for a Rush Appliance first down.
Just keep it coming. Slow, steady doses here. And it's just, you see how critical that defensive stand was there to start this half was, Cole, because look at the momentum it's provided the Bulldog offense.
Absolutely.
The spark from your defense energizes your offense, and now again, because you got that stop, you didn't give up a score, you don't have to change what you do. Carmi can just stay with this game plan of pounding between the tackles.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Sesser 27-yard line. 7:34 to play in the third quarter. Handoff goes to the left side. I believe that was Dotson, first man through. Nope.
Pollard.
That
was on the crossbuck there.
So Pollard got it up to the 26, got about a yard as Sesser sniffed that one. Carmi's had a hard time getting that quick fullback handoff to work tonight.
And a lot of that's because of the way they just stack in between the guards there. It's difficult to get a lot of those, crossbuck actions with the fullback. This is where Sesser tends to tighten up on defense once you start getting in the red zone.
2nd and 9, Driscoll hands it off. Seers right side trying to let his blockers set up, and not much running room there as that was the quarterback Packer who brought him down at about the 23. The first down mark is at about the 17, so we'll call it a third.
Packer has on offense, he brings the defense too. That was a nice read coming from his linebacker position. You can see a lot of the purpose of that 4-4 stack, the linebacker stack behind the down lineman, is just to free them up to make plays. And we all know how Packer can cover ground quickly.
3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs on the T formation under center. They move Pollard in motion. They fake the toss. Fullback gives Seers at the middle. Seers has the first down to about the 14-yard line. That's a Rush Appliance first down, move the chains.
Well, you can see how that time, they tried that play before in the first half. Wingback goes in motion, quarterback reverses out. It looks for everything like a toss to the left, and the fullback comes against the grain. That time the defense flowed. Offense did a good job. Driscoll on the fake, allowing Seers to come back against the grain and get that huge first down.
1st and 10 for Carmi at the 14-yard line. Under center is Driscoll in the power I. Driscoll gives it off. Pollard breaks one tackle and can't get away from the rest. He's brought down the backfield. Loss of about 3.
That was number 24, Braden Geneseo, coming through there, but effective. Well, I'll tell you what, we just have not had a lot of luck with that double handoff tonight. I'll say it again, when you have a team that run blitzes like that, the counter, the execution on that has to be, you have to really catch them in stride, because if you don't, it's going to be plays like that happen. Now the Bulldogs 3rd and long, you have no choice. You're going to have to throw this ball.
Timeout taken by Sesser Valier. 4:40 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break on 97.3 WRUL.
Summer is here, along with the scorching heat and relentless humidity. But don't sweat it. Visit Cherry Street Automotive and get an air conditioning checkup to make sure your AC is cooling properly, even on the hottest days. The pros will also check your tires and change your oil, too. Call Cherry Street Automotive in Carmi, 618-382-7165. That's 382-7165. And beat the heat. Cherry Street Automotive, your partners in auto repair.
Citizens National Bank of Albion has always been in the business of making dreams come true.
Are you like many in the community that have dreamed of owning your own business?
Bring your ideas in and speak to one of our commercial loan professionals in Albion, Alney, Crossville, and Bridgeport.
Our competitive rates and solid decision making will make it the best decision you've ever made.
Let us help you get started, and we'll watch your business grow.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, no better banking.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
4:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Carmi trying to regain this lead, but they're facing a 3rd and 14 at the Sesser 18. You said it, Chris. Sesser has been able to buckle down in this part of the field. And Carmi facing a tough spot here on 3rd and long. Play action pass. Driscoll, pressure from his backside. Got a man wide open. Touchdown! Yes. It's Cade Allen!
And credit Driscoll for standing in there. He heard the footsteps. He knew the pressure was coming. But Sesser stacking the box. Cade Allen getting open on the sideline out. And Driscoll got just enough under that ball to get it to him.
$6 for 6 points. First bank touchdown. $6 of the Carmi White County Unit 5 School District. Driscoll was about a half second away from getting sacked. And Allen was wide open, had to wait for it. but he gets his first touchdown of the season.
Well, Sesser, Bulldogs kind of caught Sesser with not enough defenders out there in that area of the field, and Driscoll had just enough on it. I thought he was going to have too much air to where a defender might get over there, but just a good scheme, good play call by the Bulldogs on the play action.
So a timeout taken by Kurt Simon with 4:32 to play here in the third quarter as the Bulldogs reclaim the lead. It's 2016. Back in 1 minute.
Great teamwork is no accident.
David and the gang at Hale Body Shop salute the area athletes.
Just as in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop work together to make sure you get your car back as quickly as possible.
When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road.
Hale Body Shop in Carmi.
David and the gang are proud supporters of area athletes.
Hamilton Memorial Hospital family clinics are growing to meet the needs of our communities. We're proud to continue to expand by offering acute, urgent care services by welcoming Dr. Brian Sloan to our McLeansboro Family Clinic location. With over 20 years of emergency medicine experience, Dr. Sloan provides acute, urgent care visits for those times when you can't wait to feel better. From colds and sore throats to care after sports-related injuries and more. Hamilton Memorial Hospital Family Clinics. Here for you now, like we've always been. To schedule an appointment, call 618-643-2988.
The Bulldogs will go for two. 4:32 to go in the third.
Watch the hard count here.
Called it, Chris.
They got him. When they go in that T formation, you see the linemen with their hands on their pads and not down yet. It's been a staple for Kurt Simon for 20-some odd years.
So that will put the football at the 1. And now I can imagine there'll just be a quarterback sneak and extend this lead to 6. If they can get this in, this is a big 2-point conversion. They go with the handoff. It's Seers, and did he get in there? Yes.
Yes. On the crossbuck once again.
With 4:32 to go in the third. Carmi leads it 22-16. Back in 1 minute.
What a hit! Now that's a playmaker.
With Huck's Bucks Big Rewards, you can be a playmaker too. Hi folks, I'm Chris Myers.
And I'm Cole Carter. Download the Huck's Bucks Big Rewards app now and save with great coupons on gas, snacks, and more.
And make sure to fuel up at the Bulldog Spirit Pump at Huck's. A portion of your fill-up goes to support Carmi-White County Unit 5 schools.
And that makes you a playmaker in the community. Huck's Market, headquartered in Carmi.
You save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
So the kickoff here by Landon Driscoll was a line drive kick, fielded by Malone from the 20-yard line. Malone running up the middle. Malone tries to stay on his feet and will stumble down to about the 40-yard line. That's where it will be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils.
Credit the Bulldogs special teams tonight, keeping him in check. You know, he's as dangerous of a returner as there is in this league. So still decent field position for Sesser, but you'll take that over a return kick for 6.
So 1st down and 10 for Sesser at the 41-yard line.
Let's see if this Bulldog defense can have a repeat of that last series.
Packer in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to his right. He'll run to his right, he'll keep it, and now he's going to toss it to Malone, who's down the right sideline, and he'll be taken out of bounds by Cade Allen. Nice play design on the delayed option.
We hadn't seen that yet tonight, and you wondered, you know, I kind of had back in my mind, do they have an option package? And man, that is a lethal combo. Packer and Malone on a designed option. And Packer had a good 7-8 yards before he pitched that ball. Credit number 3, Cade Allen, for just forcing that play out of bounds, because he didn't. That might have been 6 points. But when you have to play man coverage, you know, that's a dangerous formation coming out in that option, because it's pick your poison with those two.
First down and 10 for Sesser. Packer fakes the handoff, pressure in his face, throws it over the middle. It's going to be caught and taking it inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be Locks. First and goal, Sesser.
Well, kind of the same play as they scored on in the first half. They draw the defense up with the fake. When they're spread wide like that and you're playing man coverage, Laux just got behind the safety Driscoll there. You got to honor the run. Defense brought pressure, but Packer had just enough time to get that ball. And Sesser is definitely in business now.
So first and goal for Sesser from the Carmi 8-yard line. And the shotgun is Packer. He'll take the snap, hands it off Malone, and he is going to be tripped up initially, but able to stay on his feet. Now tries to come near side, and he is going to somehow stay on his feet and score a touchdown. A penalty flag is down.
They're going to get a crackback block. They're going to get an illegal crackback block, I believe, which should be a spot foul. But if you're Carmi, man, that was a missed opportunity.
What an effort by Malone, though.
Yeah.
He was taken down 7 yards in the backfield, able to somehow stay on his feet, run it near side, avoid tacklers, and
that's Sports Center highlight worthy right there.
And the penalty is going to be a block in the back against Sesser, so that touchdown will come off the board. All that for nothing.
Yeah. Had we made the tackle, then the loss would have been bigger, but you'll take it. You'll take that over a touchdown. But
so second down, and what did they say? First and goal from the 25.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's a big penalty. But Sesser's got 4 downs to get 25 yards.
And they got a lot of weapons to do it with.
3:36 to go. Here in the third, 22-16 Carmi. Packer in the shotgun, back to pass, looking, throws over the middle. It is tipped and intercepted by Kate Allen.
Yes.
What a play! Allen with the touchdown and now the interception, and Carmi takes over.
What a fantastic play by Kate Allen. It looks so easy on TV or when you watch it for a defender to get an interception, but it is not, because it's going against every natural instinct you have. You're worried about covering the receiver. So for a receiver to make a one-handed catch is tough enough. For a defensive back to do it is incredible. Kate Allen with maybe the defensive play of the year for the Bulldogs.
Just stuck his hand up there, able to tip it to himself and survive the ground. What a play, ends the Sesser drive, and now it's first and 10 for Carmi at their own 20-yard line with the touchback. Driscoll hands it off, and getting blown up in the backfield is Caleb Seers for no gain.
Well, I think you're going to see the Sesser defense just start to tee off now. You know, as great of a play as that was and a momentum changer for the Bulldogs, they know inside the red zone they can't get too careless with the football. You have to be kind of conservative when you're in this kind of territory. So I expect Sesser just to bring the house every play. If the Bulldogs want to take another shot at play action, great, but you definitely don't want a turnover down here.
Under 3 to go here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. Driscoll under center, Pollard moves in motion, handoff up the middle. This is Seers breaking one tackle, trying to slip through another, and he will take it up to the Carmi 29-yard line. Gain of 9, 3rd and short coming up.
And what a monster 3rd and 2 this is, Cole. I would dare say this, and I know it's so early. I'm just saying if it were me, it's easy for me to say sitting up here, this is 4 downs.
I was waiting for you to finish it.
I'm that crazy.
No,
this is 4 downs.
You know, because
you can't give them the ball back.
Yeah.
I think this is 4 downs. I really do.
They come out of the stack eye here on 3rd and 1. They tighten up the line of scrimmage. Driscoll under center, takes the snap. The give goes to Pollard, and right up the middle, Pollard able to lunge his way forward for a rush of play. It's first down.
Or you just get it on 3rd. Get in that stack eye, give it to Noah Pollard, and get the first that way. Tell you what, that stack eye formation has been, it's been fantastic for the Bulldogs. They don't do anything fancy out of it. Like I said, I remember years ago, the stack eye is used a lot of times for an option look, just like a traditional wishbone. The stack guys, same thing. Fake a fullback, quarterback, tailback come around on a pitch option, but the Bulldogs have used it for a power look.
That's one of those formations that we're going to run this ball directly at you. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
It's worked for them so far here in 2023. 90 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Driscoll gives it off to Seers, left side, and Seers this time can't get away from the Red Devils defense. Loss of about 5. You know, and really it's been a tale of two offenses in terms of the run game. Sesser has really tried to run the ball outside. Carmi has not had much luck doing that.
No, and again, it's just due, number one, to the scheme, but number two, to the athleticism. Sesser just has so much speed, you know, with Packer at linebacker and their design of their secondary and the athletes they have on there. Sesser is a very difficult team to run outside on.
2nd down and 13 for Carmi at their own 34-yard line. Final 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs lead 22-16. Driscoll under center. The give is to the left side to Dotson, or correction, that's Seers. He was the second man through, and he maybe got a yard back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a third and about 12 or 13, and I believe Carmi will let this clock run down to end the third quarter.
And I did notice Sesser with only 2 timeouts left in this half, so it looks like we have used one too. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I did not recall either timeout. So
it was right at the beginning of the half.
Yes. Okay.
So actually, Carmi took theirs before that 2-point conversion, but
that's right.
Neither here nor there. But that is the final play of the third quarter. Carmi has reclaimed the lead. Can they keep it and move to 4-0 for the second consecutive year? We'll step aside for a 1-minute break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Truck Month is back, and it's back like the old days. Discounts and rebates of up to $9,000 on the new 2023 Ford F-150 XLTs. $9,000 off and super low rates, as low as 1.9% APR on the #1 selling truck in America. And Expressway Ford has a huge inventory with everything priced to sell. Expressway Ford, more Fords for less.
In 1925, when Farrell Hospital opened, they knew that families in El Dorado and the surrounding communities needed a hospital they could depend on, close to home. Over the years, Farrell grew to meet the needs of patients. Today, Farrell Hospital has grown to offer advanced emergency care, orthopedics, cancer, surgery, imaging, lab, and more, always keeping more care right here close to home. Farrell Hospital. You can depend on us.
Start of the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs have reclaimed the lead, and they lead Sesser 22-16 after the touchdown pass from Driscoll to Allen. Allen then with the interception in the end zone. Carmi has drove the ball 15 yards since that pick, but now facing a 3rd and 12.
I think Sesser will expect a play-action type pass. You know, you could just play this conservative, get some yardage, and just try to flip the script, but we do have 2 wideouts, so
you don't need all 15 yards right, or all 12 yards right here.
No.
And the shotgun is Driscoll. He'll take the snap. He's back to pass. Sesser brings the pressure. Driscoll stops. Now tries to run back to his left. Driscoll's got some running room. He'll take off. Driscoll at the 40, 45, and he's out of bounds at about the 46. It's a heads-up play by Landon Driscoll.
Wow.
He's going to make it a 4th and manageable.
They gave him a really good spot. I thought personally he stepped out maybe a yard or 2 before that, but
that's enough for a first down.
Are they going to give that?
They are. I'm with you, Chris. I was thinking more towards the 46. The
They
near
sure
side
did.
official is at the 47,
Wow.
which is enough for a rush of play. It's first down. What
Wow.
a play by Landon Driscoll on 3rd and long.
Again, the benefit of not having instant replay in high school football, but
it works both ways.
We will take it, yes. The Sesser fans might now be saying horrible spot, but, you know.
Driscoll had a play a lot like that 2 weeks ago against Hamilton County. That touchdown run there to end the half just kind of made it out of his own.
And that's what he brings. That's what he brings at the quarterback position, athleticism.
1st and 10. Under center goes Driscoll. He's going to hand it off. 3rd man through. It's powered off the right side, and Noah will lean forward for about a yard. What would you call that formation there, Chris? It's almost like a T formation, but kind of a deep wing back.
Yeah, I think it's more a variation of the wing. A lot of times in the wing, the setbacks are kind of parallel to each other. I think it's a little more of a variation of the wing. Kind of an offset.
We got to give it a name.
Pro stack.
We got to give it a name.
How about the clipped wing?
The clipped wing. I like it. I like it. I was thinking more terminology. What can we call this? But clipped wing will work.
The clipped wing. You can still fly. The clipped wing. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
2nd and 9. Driscoll is going to give it off to Seers. Off the left side, he does break one tackle, but a flag comes in, and they're going to get Big Eli Bryant for a hold.
Without question. It was the right call.
And I think that might be the first penalty against Carmi's offense tonight.
I think so.
And, that's got to make Kirk Simon happy because a big thing in week 2 was those penalties.
Yeah, he just stressed that the offense had to play better. 2 weeks ago, this offense did not look good. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, but they have definitely turned that around tonight. Up to this point, penalty-free. But, penalties like that are tough. Because
now it's 2nd and 19-ish.
Yeah, and there's not many play calls for 2nd and 19.
But again, it's probably still 4-down territory, so you don't need 20 yards on this play.
No.
Get 6, get 7, get 6 or 7 the next play, and then give yourself a 4th and manageable.
Right.
You got to get something here on 3rd down or on 2nd down, though. They go back to that clipped wing formation. Driscoll's under center. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Here goes Driscoll. He's got guys open. They try to run a screen to Pollard, and Driscoll threw it short. Man, he had Cade Stockton wide open on a corner route at around the 40-yard line, but it was obviously a designed screen play, but nothing was there. Now it's 3rd and long.
No, number 54, Nathan Gallant, had that snuffed out. It's kind of a situation there. If you're gonna take a chance on a play like that, 2nd down is the better down to do it, because in most cases now 3rd and 19, they're going to expect something like that.
Yep.
So I think if you're the Bulldogs, let's see if they come out in that spread look with 2 receivers to the wide side of the field, or if they're just going to, they are going to go with that look.
Yep. Beck Huff in the ball game, K down in the ball game. They go wide to the right. Huff is in the slot. Sesser with 5 down linemen and 2 linebackers. The defensive backs back off. Sesser rushes 5. Driscoll throws near sideline. Vickers is there. Intercepted. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Malone was able to come over and pick it off. I think you got a foot down in high school. All you need is 1.
That's all you need.
And Carmi turns the ball over for the first time tonight.
Well, when I said Vickers was there, for a second he was open, but you can see the closing speed of Malone. If Driscoll maybe could have just put a touch more air and speed on that, maybe Vickers could have got by, but it was just a fantastic play by Malone.
They list Vickers at 5'11", and Malone at 5'11" as well. And you're really just trusting your guy to go up there and make the play, and Malone was able to make it.
He was just there a second earlier. In some ways, it's as good as a punt, so we'll see.
Sesser starts this drive at their own 39. 10.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Packer, handoff, fakes it, now runs in the middle, and he will take it across midfield, stumbles down at the Carmi 47. First down, Sesser.
And you were just seeing how dangerous he is. You were just kind of holding our breath, waiting for him to break one of those, and he almost did it there. But that's the element he brings at the most unexpected times. You think late in the game, you got to throw the ball, what have you, but that was a designed quarterback run. It's kind of a trap draw off the left side there. And he is not a prototypical quarterback. 220 pounds, he can run.
1st and 10 for Sesser. Packer gives it off Malone. Jet sweep near side, and Malone will break one tackle as the Bulldogs try to drag him down, and they finally do, all the way up to the Bulldog 36-yard line. Got to wonder, Chris, if, fatigue is starting to set in. A lot of these players for both sides really haven't left the field tonight.
No, they haven't. And you can see it on both sides. Where it's going to be the most evident is for both defenses, because both of these teams play, very physical running styles. Again, Malone, as I've said, at only 155 pounds, does not run like he's 155 pounds. You can see how physical he is with the ball. Conversely, we know what Seers, Pollard, and Dodson do. So I think this may come down to who has the ball last, quite frankly.
1st and 10 for Sesser at the Carmi 37. Red Devils a little bit confused on the formation, and Packer hands it off to Malone, looking for some running room, and he will take it up to about the 33. That a gain of 5.
Cale Wiggins over there coming up from his corner position, making a good play. Again, it's just kind of an inside toss. They're pulling their backside guard around. giving it to him in motion. It's just, it's a variation of a sweep, just hand it off to the back in motion. But it's what's worked for them. Their style is they're more of a perimeter run team, whereas the Bulldogs are in between the tackles.
2nd down and 5 for Sesser Valier, under 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Handoff goes to Malone, a nice juke to the inside, and he will drag some Bulldogs with them all the way up to the 26, which will be close to a first down, maybe about half a yard shy.
Well, Nelson Ryder did a good job. He was playing the edge at that time. You always, at the very least, you always tell your ends to force things back to the inside where your help is. But that was just a phenomenal move by Malone. He is just a talented athlete. And, you can do your job, you can do what you're supposed to do, and sometimes great athletes just make great plays, and that's what Malone did there.
They say he did have enough for a first down. So we'll move the chains and put the football at the Carmi 27. Red Devils are driving here, 8.5 to play in the ball game. Carmi leads by 6, 22-16. So think about how important that last 2-point conversion was. Sesser will need a touchdown and 2 to take the lead. Packer in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, runs left side, up the middle, and Packer able to get about 9 more yards there. Sesser on this drive getting about 7-8 yards per play.
Well, that's that same quarterback trap they came back with. And you can start to see it, Cole, definitely. This Bulldog defense is getting worn down a little bit. See some guys just slightly hobbling, but, a lot of that's just fatigue. But both of these offense, similar styles, just do it in different ways. They kind of grind you down. Sesser has the capability to strike through the air, but they're just choosing just to take their time. And
quick pass near side, or correction, far side, and making the catch and going out of bounds is Pacey Dudley. That'll be enough for a Sesser first down inside the 20-yard line.
I kind of get the sense what Sesser's going to do here. Even though they're running effectively, I think they're going to try to lull the Bulldogs to sleep with a play-action fake of their own. I wouldn't be shocked if they put the ball in the air here, try to take a shot for the end zone, even though it is first down. If you're going to do it, this might be the best down to do that.
7:36 to play here in the ball game. The clock is stopped with Dudley going out of bounds. So 1st and 10 for Sesser at the 11-yard line. And the shotgun is Packer. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Packer takes the snap, quarterback run up the middle, tries to bounce it, and a great job flying through. That was Gavin Payton with the tackle.
Huge play by Gavin Payton. They were going back to the well again. That 3rd time they were going to run that quarterback trap draw. That time Gavin Payton got behind the block of the pulling guard, got back there, made a monster play.
So a loss of 2 pushes Sesser back to the 13, call it 12-yard line.
And it's simple right now. Packer and Malone. The 1-2 punch, if you're the Bulldogs, you have to know where those two are at all times, what's going to happen with the ball.
Packer in the shotgun, 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. Packer takes the snap, back to pass, pressure comes, lofts it, going to be a screen pass, caught by the big man and running it into the end zone. Touchdown, Sesser Valier. That was 44, the fullback, Caden Hicks. And the Red Devils have tied this game with 6:40 left to play.
Well, that was just a fantastic play call by Sesser. The Bulldogs have been bringing pressure off the edge in those situations all night. And if you're going to throw a screen to anybody, a 6'3", 250-pound back is the guy you want to do it to, especially with a convoy in front of him, because there isn't a lot you're going to do to stop that.
This is the play of the game to this point. This 2-point conversion that would give Sesser the lead. Red Devils spread things out, 3 receivers to his left. Packer fakes the screen, runs right. Packer is into the end zone. And Sesser has the lead, 24-22, with 6:40 left to play.
And they just ran it the opposite way that time. Quarterback trap, they'd snuffed it out to the left. This time they just went to the right with it. And again, you can just see what a weapon Packer is.
Lots of football left to play. Under 7 minutes to go. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. It's Bulldog football, 97.3 WRUL.
What a hit! Now that's a playmaker.
With Huck's Bucks Big Rewards, you can be a playmaker too. Hi folks, I'm Chris Myers.
And I'm Cole Carter. Download the Huck's Bucks Big Rewards app now and save with great coupons on gas, snacks, and more.
And make sure to fuel up at the Bulldog Spirit Pump at Huck's. A portion of your fill-up goes to support Carmi-White County Unit 5 schools.
And that makes you a playmaker in the community. Huck's Market, headquartered in Carmi.
All right, here we go. 6:40 left to play in the ball game. As Sesser Valier able to retake the lead. Lots of lead changes here tonight, with the 2-point conversion to put them in front 24-22. Cole Carter and Chris Myers with you here from the Carmi Lumber press box. And a line drive kick goes off the foot of the Carmi lineman, and I think the Bulldogs were able to fall on it. No, Sesser was.
I don't know if it went 10, though.
Well, it hit a Carmi front line player, so it wouldn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they say Carmi ball. Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the ruling here?
I think they're going to say the Carmi player recovered it. But, yeah, you're right. If it does hit a player before 10, I think they're going to say it was recovered by Carmi. That's what they'd have to say. It looked like number 52.
That was Michael Miller.
Yeah.
A line drive right off of him.
Yeah.
So I guess the ruling would be that Sesser just ripped it away after the play was over.
I think so.
That'd be the only explanation I could think of.
That's true, yeah.
And what a break for the Bulldogs.
Third bullet they've dodged on a kickoff.
What a break.
Third time tonight the Bulldogs have
Might as well
dodged
just
a bullet.
put the hands team out there.
That's what I'm telling you. I would. No offense to the linemen, but there's a reason they call hands team.
Were you on hand teams back in the day, Chris?
No. Never.
1st and 10. They move power to motion. Driscoll gives it off to Seers off the right side, and he's slung down in the backfield for a loss of about 3. And that was the touchdown machine, or the touchdown scorer, Hicks.
That
tackle.
That touchdown's obviously energized him, because he just absolutely smoked through there and made the play on Seers. Bulldogs has had some success with that play on a previous drive, but that time Hicks absolutely snuffed that thing out.
They do give Pollard a little bit of forward progress, so no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 6 minutes left to play in the ball game. Sesser leads 24-22. And Carmi had one too many players on the field. They dodge a penalty there as they go to the power I. Under center is Driscoll. He'll take the snap. Give goes to Seers, left side. Seers puts a shoulder down and turns those feet, and is going to grind his way to about the 43. He'll be maybe a yard shy of a 1st down.
I would love nothing more than to see about, a 5-minute and 15-second touchdown drive right here, Cole.
And that's exactly what I would imagine Kurt Simon is thinking right now. You want to score with as little as time left on the clock. Granted, both teams do have 2 timeouts. I would imagine Sesser probably wants to save those for if and when they get the ball back.
Yeah, if Carmi can maintain possession of this football until under 2 minutes, it's going to force Sesser to eventually use one of those.
3rd and 2. They go to the stack I. Driscoll under center. The give goes to Pollard, left side. Pollard tries to break it, and he's taken down at the Sesser Valier 39. That's a run. That's enough for a Rush Appliance 1st down.
And again, the faithful stack I coming through out of that formation. We do have a flag down. What are we going to get?
Where was it?
We got a hold.
A hold against Carmi.
Wow. We had talked about that the Bulldogs had avoided the penalty bugaboo, but
that's a tough one. It's going to move a conversion on 3rd and 3, and now make it 3rd and about 12.
Wow.
Rough break for Carmi. Talk about both teams dodging their fair share of bullets.
Yeah.
Carmi just took one to the chin right there.
That is a game, literally a game changer.
Got to get something here on 3rd and 13. You don't need everything. Want to get about 7 or 8 yards to make it a 4th and manageable. I'm not sure if it's 4th down territory if you don't get it here.
I think you would have to kick it if you don't get it. Play field position.
3rd and 12. And the power I, Driscoll, back to pass. Bulldogs protect well. They dump it off. Seers makes the catch, turns upfield, and a 1st down saving tackle by Packer. But Seers able to get up to the 45-yard line, and now 4th and 5, maybe 4th and 4 here.
And it looks like Kurt Simon's going for it. He's got Cade Stockton down there getting ready to relay a play, so I think he's just going to say.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
I think if you didn't get it there, if it was incomplete,
yeah,
you punt it. But now that it's 4th and manageable,
your defense is going to have to make a stop regardless. So
4:05 left to play.
Maybe a hard count here. Sesser's probably going to be
And Kurt Simon's going to call his second timeout. With 4:01 left to go here in the ball game, Sesser leading 24-22. We will step aside for a 30-second break here at 97.3 WRUL.
This is Nancy J. Winter, CPA. Life is always about change, and most businesses have to evolve to succeed. You want to be the best at what you do and do the things you like the most. We want to help you achieve that goal. We can help you design your records to evaluate what's the most profitable aspects. We can also help you evaluate what services are complementary and best offered together to your market niche customers. You know your business, but having the records to back up your business decisions can help with a business loan or just with peace of mind. Contact Nancy J. Winter, CPA, Carmine, 3822364.
Back here at Harrington Jeffrey Sports Complex, 4:01 to play in the ball game. Carmine has the football at the Sesser 45-yard line. They trail by 2, 24-22, and a big 4th and 4 coming up.
Now with only one timeout left, this game is definitely changed. This is the ball game. There's no question.
A holding penalty on a first down run made a 3rd and long. A pass completion puts us where we are now at 4th and 4. Carmine comes out in the stack eye. Driscoll was under center. He will take the snap. The give goes to Seers. Left side, Seers.
He's got it.
It's going to have enough for a first down. What a gutsy play call.
And who else are you going to give it to but number 21? One of the toughest kids I've ever seen or known. And the stack eye comes through again. And you talk about.
We're going to run the ball right at you. Good luck.
A Wild West shootout. I mean, what
a ball game this has been.
That was a stare down. And the Bulldogs stared down the Red Devils right there, but there's still 3:41 and a lot of ground to go before we can get a score.
1st and 10 from the Sesser 39-yard line. Under center is Driscoll. He'll give it off. Pollard, left side. Pollard tries to bust it. He does. 25-20. Noah Pollard taken down out of bounds at the Sesser Valier 13-yard line. No flags on the field. Rush appliance, first down.
I can't say enough about what Noah Pollard has done to step into the backfield this year. I mean, he is just, I can't say it. I don't even know if I can put the words together for what he's done at clutch times, him and Seers both. But I've said it like a broken record, and I will say he is the strongest 165-pound runner I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, Desmond Malone at 155 is great, but, I mean, Pollard's right there with him. I mean, just for gritty toughness. He's as tough as they are.
Sesser Valier is going to call a timeout. That's their second. And the Bulldog faithful, you can hear them. They're fired up. Bulldogs are 12 yards away from taking the lead. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Doing business in today's world can be complicated, time-consuming, and expensive. People's National Bank is here to help your business not only survive, but thrive. With modern-day products such as remote deposit capture, ACH payments, merchant card services, and commercial line of credit sweeps, we can get you paid faster, protect your risk, and make your money work hard for you. Hi, this is Melinda with People's National Bank. Give me a call today and get started. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
.324 to go in the ball game. Carmine's got a 1st and 10 at the Sesser Valier 12-yard line. Crowd on their feet. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Driscoll under center. The give goes to Seers, left side. Seers will take it down to the 5, maybe the 6, 2nd down.
Love the power eye call there. Again, Bulldogs got a hat on a hat. And more importantly, they don't have to score because they can still get a first down. I mean, obviously you want to, but you're still in territory and get a first down.
And what you don't want to do, I call this the Tom Brady rule, you don't want to leave too much time on the clock once you score.
No. I mean, and you can see that.
Sesser does have both teams have one timeout left.
Yeah, Kurt Simon not in a hurry.
2:48 to go. 24-22 Sesser. Carmine's got 2nd down and 5 at the Sesser 7.
Stack eye.
Under center is Driscoll. He turns, gives it off. Seers puts a shoulder down, and Seers will be pushed into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Carmine White County Bulldogs have the lead.
The stack eye Bulldogs, just call them. Wow. You talk about your back against the wall. A 4th and 5 you convert. You take this ball, basically shove it down the throat of a talented Sesser team and answer the 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. I mean, what can you say? Still a lot of football. But let's see if we can get this conversion.
$6 from First Bank to the Carmi-White County Unit 5 School District. And the Bulldogs have the lead, 28-24. Now this is a big play. Difference between a 4-point game and a 6-point game. They go to Seers, left side. He's in for 2.
Yes.
What a night for the senior. And it's up to the Bulldog defense.
And this Bulldog team is absolutely pumped. The crowd on its feet. If you love high school football, you gotta love this. What a scene at Carmi-White County.
2:33 left to go. Bulldogs lead by 6. Back in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Pro Rehab Carmi, where our passion is getting you back to life faster. It is our privilege to walk with you every step of the way using evidence-based treatments specifically created just for you. Whether it's sports, general orthopedics, or pelvic floor rehab, you are in the right hands. Your results are worth fighting for, and our team fights for you.
Call 384-7872 or visit Pro Rehab on Main in Carmi and get back to life faster.
Still an eternity, though.
Here we go, 2:33 left to go. Like Chris said, still plenty of time for Sesser Valier. They have a timeout. You know this is their Thursday practice. You got a guy like Colt Packer. Comes down to the Bulldog defense.
Yeah.
For my Steeler fans, this is where you cue Renegade.
And 2:33, again, still a ton of time. See field position.
Return from the 30-yard line, running on the near side. This is going to be, I believe that's Locke on the return, and a good return as he takes it up to the Sesser 47. So what's big about that 2-point conversion from Seers after the touchdown, his 3rd touchdown of the night, it's a 6-point game.
Yeah.
So if Sesser does score, they have to get the 2 to potentially win the game at this point. But,
right.
Man, if you're Carmi,
you don't want to go to overtime.
54 yards of green grass between.
And you got Colt Packer. If you're Sesser, you got Colt Packer. Your team is designed for 2-minute drills, the style of offense you run. This is their element. This game is not even close to being over.
A Bulldog takeaway would pretty much end it. Sesser only 1 timeout left. They send 2 receivers to each side.
Can't give up a big play. You can't let anything behind you.
And the shotgun Packer, he's back to pass. He's got protection, throws over the middle, incomplete through the hands of Malone. Kate Allen nearly had his 2nd pick of the night.
And that was a miscommunication coverage. Coach Clinton Wolf down there, the defense coordinator, is absolutely screaming at his secondary. Carmi is very fortunate there that was a drop pass.
Carmi, of course, never has been known for being great against the pass. Well, better figure it out here, and Carmi is going to have to burn their 3rd and final timeout.
Yeah, Clinton Wolf again hopping in the air, just livid with this defense, and trying to get them to adjust.
You can't afford miscommunication here.
You cannot. You cannot give this Sesser offense one break. You have to force them to win this game. You can't hand it to them. So you have to absolutely, as a secondary, be on the same page, because you let one of these speed receivers behind you, I mean, it's 6 points.
2:22 left to play in the ball game. Sesser has 2nd and 10 at their own 46. Bulldogs lead 30-24. Carmi trying to stay atop the Black Diamond Conference with a road trip to Fairfield coming up in 7 days.
And I'm not sure if you'll see Carmi maybe change and put an extra defensive back in.
Kind of a dime package.
Yeah, I'm still seeing.
Or is that nickel?
That is nickel.
What they call nickel.
Dime is 6.
Some kind of coin.
Nickel's 5, dime 6. But for the most part, it looks like they're playing a man coverage look, just with Driscoll out there at the free safety position. So, again, you can't let any big play. You can't let anyone behind you.
Carmi is out of timeout. Sesser has 1. In the shotgun Packer, he's back to pass. Bulldogs rush 5. Packer throws over the middle, caught by Malone, and he's out of bounds at the 36.
Eternity of time. You know, Stockton or Pollard, I turned my eye, was in coverage there. Malone just floated over the middle, just slanted across the middle. That's a tough coverage assignment, asking Stockton to cover him in space, especially when he gets across the field like that. But you see, quite honestly, this may be Sesser's element as an offense, putting the ball in the air. Bulldogs are going to have to answer.
1st and 10, ball at the Carmi 36. 2:16 to go. Packer throws near side, caught, and taking it down to the 26-yard line. That was number 5. That's Locks.
And you can see Carmi is not blitzing right now. They're keeping they're keeping one of their linebackers back in coverage. They're going to have to honor the big play here. So
2nd and 1. Packer in the shotgun with 1:50 left to play. Packer looks, he's got pressure, throws over the middle, caught by Malone, and he's brought down to 15. What a catch by Desmond Malone.
And I tell you what was impressive, what Packer did there. He looked off the defense. He looked straight at Caleb Sievers coming off the edge, turned his head at the last second and hit Malone in stride.
1st and 10 from the 16. 1:37 left to play. Again, Sesser would need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion for the win. Packer in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking. The ball's knocked in the air, and it is going to be caught on the sideline by Locks. Looked like for a second that Nelson Ryder got a hand on that.
Second.
Ball lofted in the air,
yeah,
and Locks caught it out of bounds. Made the catch, but stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I tell you, Cole, if he either could have got the sack or if maybe just a little more of a hand on him, may have given Stockton time to get into that ball and pick it. But, wow, Sesser offense is potent.
2nd down, ball at the 9-yard line. Packer back to pass, rolls out to his right. He's got green grass. He might take off. He does. Packer is in. Touchdown, Sesser. With 1:11 left to play. And it comes down to the 2-point conversion.
And I'd said earlier, Sesser is in their element in a 2-minute drill with the type of offense they run. And they really, they were forced time-wise to go to the pass. And I'm honestly surprised they hadn't done that a little more tonight. But, man, Packer and Malone are just some kind of 1-2 punch through the air.
It comes down to this play. 1:11 left to play. 2-point conversion, tied at 30. In the shotgun, it's Packer. He takes the snap. Quarterback run, right side. Packer is in. And Sesser has the lead with 1:11 left to play. Unbelievable.
I said earlier, the game was by no means over after that score. And Sesser started with excellent field position with that kickoff. And like I had hoped earlier, I would love to see a 5-minute, 15-second drive. We'll take the score, but
and again, Chris, that's such a tough thing to do because you want to score and you want to take as much time as you can. And I really thought leaving 2:27 was left on the clock. I thought that was a job well done, but we just knew that Sesser, the ability to throw the football, Carmi has just never been great at covering the pass.
Yeah.
And it showed.
And you're in such a catch-22 because if you blitz and you get pressure, great. But if you don't get there, you see what he can do with the football. If he hits his open receivers, they're moving it. If you keep defenders back and he decides to run, he can hurt you that way. They're just such a potent combination. 1:11, now the Bulldogs are going to have to march however far.
Short kick. Beckhuff has it, falls on it at the 39.
Which is smart because it saves time.
If it's last season, Carmi had a kicker, and you could possibly attempt a game-winning field goal. Don't think that's the case this year.
No.
So in this distance, you've got about 63 yards to drive to win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you have no timeouts, so you cannot run the football here. It's got to be through the air. And if you're Sesser, honestly, I just bring heat. I don't give them time. You can't give Carmi time to throw.
Sesser will call their final timeout with 1:10 left to play. Red Devils lead 32-30. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
Shop, click, drive. It's that simple with RiceMotors.com. Picks and pricing updated several times a day. Even vehicles in transit. You get the first look when you shop RiceMotors.com. Got an idea of what you're looking for? Want to schedule a service appointment? You can do it all. Rice Motors has served the region for 90 years. And with RiceMotors.com, it's never been easier for you to shop. Click, drive. RiceMotors.com. Visit now.
1:10 left to play in the ball game. And Sesser Valier has taken a 32-30 lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth, high-powered offense. What started out as a defensive slugfest has turned into a lead-changing showdown. Still time for Carmi. Me and Chris were talking during the break. You want to get this football around the 30-yard line to give yourself a chance of somewhat of a Hail Mary. You don't have any timeouts. Under center is Driscoll. They run it. No, they go back to pass. Driscoll rolls out to his right, throws one, incomplete. Off the hands of Vickers.
Dangerously close to a pick, but yeah, this is it for the Bulldogs. There is no timeouts. We do have a flag down. I don't know if we're going to get a hold or what we're getting. Yeah, it looks like it.
Where it's at, I would imagine a hold.
Yeah. And if that's the case, it could spell not a good inning for Carmi.
Yeah, back it up 10 yards, so now you're going to put the football at the 30.
Not impossible yet, but
you're going to need a big play.
Yeah, you just have to somehow complete some type of long pass. You know, I don't know if we have a 4-wide look. Yeah, we do. We are going 4 wide, so.
Sesser with only 3 down linemen. Driscoll in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's back to pass. Pressure off his left side. Driscoll steps up. He's going to take off. Needs to get out of bounds, and he does at around the 39.
Well, he had pressure off the left edge there. The defensive end got around the left tackle. Eli Bryant got a chip block from his back, but again, you got to give him time. Sesser's now, you're right, Cole, they're sitting back in a prevent. 3 down linemen, basically 8 people in coverage. They're not going to let Carmi give up a home run ball, so at the very least, you got to get a first down.
48 seconds left to go. Ball at the Carmi 33. Driscoll in the shotgun. High snap over his head. He goes back to get it. Driscoll now running out to his left. He's got to do something. He's sacked back at the 5-yard line. Clock running, 38 seconds.
And that's going to end the game, and Driscoll's down.
The first bad snap of the night for Austin Owen, who's playing his first game at center. Couldn't have come at a more costly time. And an injury timeout as Driscoll is down near the goal line.
And that's going to be the ball game. Hope Landon Driscoll's okay as they check on him.
With 33 seconds left to play, an injury timeout as Landon Driscoll gets checked on near the goal line. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break.
Truck Month is back, and it's back like the old days. Discounts and rebates of up to $9,000 on the new 2023 Ford F-150 XLTs. $9,000 off and super low rates, as low as 1.9% APR on the #1 selling truck in America. And Expressway Ford has a huge inventory with everything priced to sell. Expressway Ford, more Fords for less.
Well, a good sign for Carmi. Landon Driscoll able to walk off the field under his own power. That's going to force Merrick Milhorn to have to come into the game and play quarterback in 3rd and 44. With the football back at their own 5. And Chris, I don't even know what you tell your sophomore to come in and run here. It's just got to be a crossbuck run play. That's what it is. Handoff Siebers left side, and he will be tripped up at the 7. And with 20 seconds, not going to have time to get Driscoll back in the game, I can't imagine. He's going to run in. With 16 seconds, Carmi doesn't have any timeouts now. 12 seconds. 9. I'm not sure what you can do here. 7 seconds. Driscoll Gives it off Seers left side. There is a little bit of running room, trying to wait for blockers to set up, and he's taken down at the 22, and this game's over. Sesser Valier hangs on and defeats Carmi-White County 32-30. Game of the week in high school football without question, and what a battle for these two teams.
Got a couple players down there for Sesser.
Carmi fought all the way to the end. Some unlucky bounces here and there, some bad breaks. And we, talking to Kurt Simon before the week, he thought this was the best team in the Black Diamond Conference, the Red Devils, and they showed it tonight. But man, says a lot about Carmi, though.
It really does. It was an absolutely gutty performance. There was no question the Bulldogs were the underdog coming in this game, and they came in here and gave Sesser everything they wanted. It just proves how good Sesser is. You gave them 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Their talent at quarterback, Packer and Malone, are just incredible. And 2 minutes and 30 seconds, ball at their own 40, that's just an eternity for a team that potent on offense. And they answered the bell when they had to.
Sesser Valier still with one player down at the Carmi 20. Was injured making the tackle on that last play. We'll go ahead and step aside and get things ready for the Roark Transport postgame show. Again, final score, Sesser Valier defeats Carmi, a heartbreaker, 32-30. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break. It's Bulldog football on 97.3 WRUL.
In 1925, when Farrell Hospital opened, they knew that families in El Dorado and the surrounding communities needed a hospital they could depend on, close to home. Over the years, Farrell grew to meet the needs of patients. Today, Farrell Hospital has grown to offer advanced emergency care, orthopedics, cancer, surgery, imaging, lab, and more, always keeping more care right here close to home. Farrell Hospital. You can depend on us.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years. Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
Slay's Restoration, restoring communities for more than 30 years with a rapid response fleet equipped to handle any size loss, wind damage, fire restoration, water damage, mold removal, and remediation. Slay's Restoration is there when you need them most, working to bring your property to better than before condition with state-of-the-art technology and hard work. The #1 disaster restoration company for water, fire, wind, and mold. Visit slaysrestoration.com to learn more.
Welcome to Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, where small town service meets the selection of a big city. We proudly offer top-notch American-made mowers, quality you can rely on. Envy neighborhood vehicles, perfect for family fun or cruising around your neighborhood. We are also your destination for Traeger grills, Diamond Pet Food, MFA Farm Feed, everything you need in one place. Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, not the same old store you're used to. We're different and we're proud of it. Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, where small town value meets big city selection.
Welcome to Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Excellence in eye care.
From thorough examinations utilizing advanced equipment and technology to premier optical products, here at Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient like family, going above and beyond the expected for a truly memorable eye care experience. Simply put, we are excellence in eye care.
If you're looking to brighten and enhance your vision, don't hesitate to contact us today, 382-4683.
Roark Transport in Carmi has earned a reputation of dependable hauling that many in this area have depended on. Roark Transport now also offers rock, dirt, and lime hauling. From parking lots, driveways, and washouts, Roark Transport can handle all your rock and dirt hauling needs. Farmers can also depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. For your next driveway or parking lot job, remember Roark Transport for fast, dependable service. Call Roark Transport today at 265-3665.
Final score, Sesser Valier wins it 32-30 to drop Carmi's record down to 3-1 here in 2023. The postgame show is delivered courtesy to Roark Transport, hauling fuel, rock, grain, and more. To help our community grow, call 265-3665 for details. Chris, I don't know how you can define that game without saying heartbreaker. I mean, we knew going into this game it was going to be pound for pound till the final whistle, and it was. And my goodness, if you're the Bulldogs, you're heartbroken, but you got to be happy with how they played. I mean, of course, a couple of plays here and there, you win that game, but a heck of an effort from the Bulldogs tonight.
It was just a heavyweight fight from the opening kickoff. You know, if you're the Bulldogs, you still hold your head high. You know, no one wants what we call a moral victory. Every team, you're out to win this game. Are you upset, devastated? Yes. But if you're looking at it from an overall performance perspective, I firmly believe this Bulldog team, every player left every ounce of energy they had on that field tonight. I had said at some point, you know, it started out as a defensive slugfest, but once both offenses kind of found their rhythm, you know, and then it changed to more of a who's going to get the ball last. And it turned out, you know, a team like Sesser, let's just give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely.
That 1-2 punch of Packer and Malone is as good as any in Southern Illinois. I mean, there's no question. And 2 minutes and 33 seconds, ball on the 40-yard line, that's an eternity. That's like giving Patrick Mahomes 30 seconds. You know what he can do. I mean, given that offense tonight, you know, 2 minutes and 33 seconds with the timeout, you knew the game wasn't over. But what the Bulldogs did tonight, without question, you know, they kind of had a very sluggish performance a couple weeks ago. But the way they played tonight proves to me they will compete with anybody in this conference. They can still run the table. If they play like that tonight, I have no doubt in my mind they have the ability to run the table and have a good run in the playoffs. You know, the team we saw tonight, I will take that team any Friday night. It was just Sesser just had a couple more weapons, and that late in the game, when you're worn down, they made plays when they had to. You know, Carmi was blitzing. Packer would release the ball on perfect throws. If they kept guys back, he would beat them with his leg. He's just a tough player. But kudos to this team. You know, it was a great effort tonight.
And we've said a couple of times, I'm not sure if the conference champion can go undefeated this year. It hasn't happened in a couple of years, but we don't know how good JC is. I believe they beat Fairfield tonight. But, man, this Sesser Valier team, they've had some good teams. They've had 6 straight years of going to the playoffs. I think this is by far the best team they've had in the past decade or so. And there's no question, I think Carmi lost to the best team in the conference tonight.
They did, without question. I would definitely say I'd agree with, you know, Coach Simon said it before this game. His feeling is that Sesser coming into this season and definitely after these last 4 games was the best team in the conference. And this might be their year to kind of flip the script, so to speak. You know, that they'll still have Johnson City on their schedule. We'll be looking for that one in week 8, as will a lot of people. But, you know, it's just what they do offensively that is just so tough because it's not like a team where, you know, this is their strength, one area. You know, Carmi, our strength without question is running the football. So, you know, we're going to prepare for T, power I, stack I, you know, things coming straight at you. That team has so many multiple formations. They can just come at you in so many ways. They can do it on the ground. They can do it through the air. They can line up and double wing and just do fullback dives. They're so multidimensional, and they're dangerous just in that alone. But when you have 2 sensational players, I mean, we said it earlier tonight, Packer – 6'2", 220 pounds.
You don't see many quarterbacks like that.
Yeah, he is 3 types of players in one body. He has the body of a fullback, the speed of, you know, a wide receiver or defensive back, and the arm of a true quarterback. So he's just such a weapon. You throw a guy like Malone back there with him, I mean, it's just tough. I mean, they will give any team anywhere around here in Southern Illinois in you know, Class 2A football, even in the postseason, I have no doubt they can make a deep run in the postseason. There's no question. So, again, if you're the Bulldogs, you wanted to win. You're heartbroken, but at the same time, you take away a lot of positives from this because the thing is you have no time to kind of be down, you know, kick the grass, feel sorry for yourself because you got to get up next week. You got to go to Fairfield. And despite Fairfield, I think they did lose to Johnson City tonight. You're on Fairfield's turf. They're going to be ready to play. Yep. You know, that could potentially be a trap game. So the big thing is the Bulldogs will have to do is just pick themselves up emotionally. But, you know, if you're a Bulldog fan, yes, you're disappointed, but you're proud of that football team at the same time.
Again, final score, Sesser wins at 32-30. We'll step aside for a 30-second break here on the Roark Transport postgame show as I'm about to cough, and Coach Kurt Simon is making his way up here. We'll step aside, back in 30 seconds.
Less stress, more family. Supportive living could be the answer. Personalized support with daily activities, social connection, and peace of mind for families. Just a few of the many benefits of supportive living at Wabash. If you're worried about mom or dad getting around, taking medication, or living safely on their own, supportive living at Wabash Christian Supportive Living could be the answer. Please visit us at chliving.org or call us at 618-900-8245 to learn more.
Again, final score, Sesser Valier wins it 32-30. The Red Devils improved to 4-0 here in 2023, and Carmi falls to 3-1. The bounce back report comes your way thanks to the good folks at Wabash Christian Therapy on Oak Street in Carmi. Get back in the game and call Wabash Christian today. So, Chris, we touched on it, going to Fairfield next week, up or down. The train yard's always a tough place to play, but there's no question if the Bulldogs play like that next Friday, they're going to be okay.
Absolutely. You know, I classify it again as one of those type of games as records mean nothing because it's Carmi Fairfield. We've been opponents with each other since back in the old NEC days, so it doesn't matter if they're winless and we're undefeated or vice versa. It's going to be a battle. So I fully expect this team to pick themselves up off the mat, dust themselves off. But you're right, Cole. If that team out there tonight shows up next Friday night, I'm very confident in a Bulldog victory.
Again, a heartbreaking loss for the Bulldogs tonight as Kurt Simon makes his way up here. We will of course, be at the train yard next Friday when the Bulldogs do take on Fairfield, a rivalry week 5 here in the Black Diamond Conference next Friday there in Fairfield. So we'll welcome in head coach Kurt Simon after the Bulldogs fall to Sesser 32-30. Coach, no other way to put that except for a heartbreaker. I mean, you guys played your tails off, and Sesser, that last play there at the end, won the game.
That was a good football game. That was a good high school football game. And I thought both teams played hard, played well, did what they had to do. They just made a few more plays than we did. I mean, really, when you get right down to it, you know, their two playmakers having the ball in their hands at the end of the game is going to pose a problem because they've been making plays all night. And, I give credit where credit's due. It's a good football team, but I really thought our kids grew up tonight. I mean, the last time we were at home against McLeansboro, didn't look anything like that. That's a lot better team, and I think our kids did a really good job tonight. We just came up short.
You talked about it a couple weeks ago. You had said, we have to get much better offensively, and there's no question tonight you did that. Your offense grew up in a lot of ways. Eliminated the turnovers. Had a couple of miscues there, but overall, the way your offense battled, you had to be pleased just from that aspect of the football, how much you improved tonight offensively.
I mean, we did a really nice job up front tonight. Again, I thought we were, we were just as physical or more physical than them up front. Of course, Caleb ran the ball. What a great night he had again. And the credit goes to the kids. I mean, we had 2 weeks. We haven't had a bye week before, so the whole time through that 14 days you're talking about, hey, we're going to get better, we're going to get worse, going to stay the same where we're at. And the kids worked really hard, and I thought they came out tonight and played. They played well. We played better than we did the first 2 weeks. So, we just have to build off of this. And I know it's hard to walk off a field after, a game like that and losing down there in the last of the fourth quarter. But, you just got to regroup tomorrow and watch film and figure out a way to beat Fairfield next week.
Yeah. We were talking up here in the booth, the thing about it, and I don't think folks at home realize the preparation with a team like Sesser. I mean, they must have at least 10 to 15 types of formations they come out in. And then you throw a kid like Packer. I mean, I've told Cole, Packer is like 3 players in one. He has the body of a fullback, he has the speed of a receiver, and an arm of a great quarterback. And you throw a kid like Malone back there with him. Just tell the folks at home, I mean, just how difficult is it preparing for a team like that? I mean, it's got to be just a nightmare just to prepare.
It's all about players.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about players. When you have a dynamic quarterback that's a dual threat guy, you normally don't account as a defensive guy, you don't account for the quarterback as a runner, and that kid can just make plays. There was a lot of times we had him bottled up, and he came out of it or made a throw out of it, and number 2, Dez Malone, he some of the catches he made were outstanding catches. Just big plays and big times of the game, which you always, expect or really need your big players to make them, and they made the plays tonight, and that's really what it came down to. But again, I told the kids they played their hearts out tonight, and it showed a lot about their character. And we still have half the season yet to play and some. So we got to take this one for what it is. And we lost a 2-point game at the end of the game. Every time we get into games, we say we want to be there in the fourth quarter to have a position or in a position to win it. And we were there. We just came up a little short. And but my hats are off to Sesser. I think they got a really good football team. I've watched 3 weeks of film and then saw him live. He's probably your MVP, the quarterback. And then they got a good group. And there's a lot of seniors out there. I mean, they're a senior-dominated team, and they've played for a long time. And this is, they really played a good game tonight. But I was really proud of the way our kids played as well.
In any conference game, it's going to be one up front on both sides of the football, and especially against Sesser with that 4-4 they play, 8-9 guys in the box at all time. I thought the offensive line did a great job given that circumstance, especially running inside. I thought you guys were going to have to go a lot of outside tonight, but Seers, especially up the middle, and then on defense, you guys were getting every single time they passed it. He had 3 or 4 maroon jerseys right there. I just thought the offensive and defensive line did a great job tonight.
They really did. We played a really good game up front tonight, and again, we'll sound like a broken record, but they just had a couple players that just made a few more plays than we did. But collectively, as a whole, our group, you can't be more proud of the way they fought throughout the game. And, it's like I told them, we've got a loss now. Okay, that doesn't mean that the conference championship is out of reach or anything like that. You got to get better every week and put yourself in a position to maybe be a one-loss team, and maybe they'll drop one. Maybe they'll drop one to somebody, and you continue to get better. That's all you can do right now.
Yeah. Lastly, for me, Coach, I'll just echo your sentiments. We talked up here in the booth again before you came. That Carmi team tonight will compete with anybody. The effort they brought. If you bring that week in, week out for the rest of the year, I have no doubt in my mind, you have a legitimate shot to win the rest of your games, make a good postseason run. But every kid in that locker room, I know they left it all on the field, from watching the game, broadcasting, these fans know that team poured their heart and soul out tonight, and they have nothing to hang their heads about. You just pick yourself up and get ready for a good opponent in Fairfield.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
It was a great football game.
It was.
A great football game.
Great job, Coach.
Just came up short.
Yeah.
So, of course, with last thing, rivalry week next week, you guys go to Fairfield. Same thing, different here. You know what to expect for them. They did lose tonight to JC. They're now 1-3, but when you play them, you throw records out the window.
Without a doubt. And, last year was the first time we beat them in 10 years, and same thing with Sesser or whatever. And Fairfield's going, and Fairfield's back's against the wall. They have to beat one of us.
Yeah.
Their last 4 games look like they're probably going to win. So now all of a sudden that makes our game even more important. So we were not expecting anything less than their very best, when we go up there next week. And like you said, most of the time you throw that stuff out anyway because of the rivalry that we have with one another. So we'll have to gear up and be ready to go, without a doubt. It'll be a barn burner, probably very similar.
Yep. All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
It's Coach Simon as the Bulldogs fall tonight, 32-30. The final over the Sesser Valier Red Devils. And Chris, Coach hit it nail on the head. Nothing to be upset about with these kids. It's just a football game so good that you hate somebody has to lose, and when it's your team, you hate it even more.
You hate it, and like I said, it was just such an awesome football game. But you knew with 2 minutes and 33 seconds, it was just an eternity for that type of offense. That's what they thrive on. I mean, that's what you could see. I mean, they lined up and spread, and you just knew the way that team is. They're geared towards those 2-minute drill situations. Wing the ball, blitz is coming, find the open receiver, scramble, get out of bounds. I mean, you could just tell how wired they were to it. But the bottom line is this, again, our kids, just phenomenal effort tonight, all of them. But kind of like you go back to the old NBA in the days of Jordan and Pippen. sometimes you just can't stop a player that good.
Yep.
Yeah, and tonight it was just a case of, Packer and Malone were just that good in critical times, but not to discredit our kids because, guys like Pollard and Sieber, the whole team just laid it all on the line tonight.
The First Mid Bank and Trust play of the game. When you need a partner you can bank on, count on the great folks at First Mid Bank and Trust in Carmi. Yeah, I think obviously the play of the game was the touchdown run by Packer and the 2-point conversion to win the ball game. But I think, then again, Kurt said they made one more play to win the game, and that was the difference.
And we said it was going to come down to who got the ball last, and Sesser got the ball last. And for me, I think what showed the grit of our football team was when it was 4th and 5, and we were down. We don't get that. The game was over before that, and they converted that 4th and 5 and just went and drove it down. It was just – you just wish we could have done that with maybe 33 seconds left on the clock instead of 2:33. But, again, nothing for these kids to be ashamed. It's just a phenomenal football game, two good teams. And if we see that Carmi team going forward, I have no doubt we can win every game we play going forward the rest of the season.
Again, final score, Sesser wins tonight 32-30. Me and Chris will be back at it again next Friday in Fairfield for Rivalry Week. Always fun to play there at the Mule Barn, and it should be a great game. Me and Chris will also be on the air tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the Saturday Morning Sports Show, and we'll have Chris Lucas in there with us, the CWC volleyball coach. That's tomorrow at 9 on 97.3 and 93.3 WROY. So big thanks to Haley Winkleman and Asher Penrod, as well as Kai Roberts with us, getting us on the air on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. Big thanks to Scott Maring back at the WRUL studio. For Chris Myers, I'm Cole Carter. Have a great weekend, Bulldog fans.